Hello, everybody, and welcome to Save or Die Outcasts. After the events of last session, a year and a half will pass. And I'm going to use my powers as DM to declare what has happened in the last year and a half. So everyone buckle in, because this is what went down. You see, the party was all arrested. They're in trouble. Garp gets sentenced to jail time in Swampside, but with Renatus's help for outing some of the fireflies, revealing some of their information, helping to kind of de-escalate and explain the situation, Garp is going to get a light sentence. After all, the Empire is getting the existence. They're going to be able to capture some of these fireflies, which would normally cost many, many Empire lives. And in exchange, they've just lost one guard in Swampside, and now they're going to get some fireflies. So that's a pretty good trade. You can't let him off the hook, though. You can't just let murderers go free, but you can do, we'll give you a year and a half in prison. Grow is actually, how do we say, as everyone's in the Great Hall and all these things are being said, and the magistrate is turning towards Grow, there is a puff of smoke, a flash of light, and a low rolling thunder. And stepping into the room is none other than Autumn. Autumn will, she appears with this noise and this light and this sound and the clear appearance, and immediately all the guards in the room draw arms. Zara stands there, shocked, but quickly calls off the guards. The two half-elves speak in whispers near the chair. They seem to be fairly familiar with each other, while the rest of the room stands kind of confused and bewildered, and all the soldiers in the room still have hands on weapons, and they look like they're ready to throw down and throw themselves at Autumn and murder the shit out of her. But Zara kind of keeps them in check. And in their whispered conversation, Autumn points directly to Grow at one point, and Zara gives a bit of a nod. Then Autumn just walks over to Grow, puts an arm around his shoulder and asks him to come with her. And the two of them walk out of the audience hall, much to the shock of the assembled guards and party members. Zara looks a little stunned. She looks a little shaken. She looks like she's seen a ghost. But otherwise, that's done. So, Garp is taken to Swampside. Right. There's a trial, but he's guilty. Everyone knows it. He goes to jail for a year and a half. Arrakis, you technically didn't do anything wrong in any of this stuff. And Renatus didn't talk about the fact that you're a wanted murderer. And so, after being questioned, they just let you go with no instructions, no anything. You were just present for these things. Goodbye. See you later. Arrakis and Renatus will both escort Garp back to Swampside. Just to, see him off and see the trial and everything. And while in Swampside, some traveling clerics will visit Mystique's, which is burned down and ruined. And they're looking around kind of we came here for supplies. And they'll see Arrakis in the area and ask Arrakis about supplies. And Arrakis will set up sort of being the replacement magic shop for Mystique's. Granted, he doesn't have a large supply of materials. He's doing things mostly on commission, I need this. And then Arrakis is give me a couple days and I'll go get it for you. And so in the last year and a half, Arrakis has been building out his inventory of magical components. Grow is working with Autumn. He comes by every now and then in Swampside to do something, and he will run into Arrakis every now and then, but they're not hanging out for the last year and a half. They're kind of going back to doing their separate things and occasionally crossing paths. Renatus is torn between worlds. His charge is in prison. He's been, betrayed and hurt on the inside, and now here he is waiting for anything, and he will end up helping Arrakis a little bit, working as Arrakis' assistant, helping to gather components. He'll also get hired by the local nobility in Swampside and occasionally the other surrounding villages or towns to do his ferret tricks and to sort of be a little bit of an entertainer. And he's already got his camp in the swamp that he and Garp used to live in, and so Renatus moves between three different worlds, a little bit of entertaining and maybe some thieving. a little bit of helping Arrakis and kind of keeping that friendship going because it's easy money and Arrakis needs help. And a little bit of, being a swamp creature and also like a little bit of checking in on Garp in prison. 6 months after, is it 6 months? Let me check my notes. 3 months after this has happened, after Garp is in jail, after the events of our former session, Zara herself will arrive in Swampside looking for Renatus. She comes to give him the information that was promised, who it was that cursed them, and what the conditions of the curse were. The man who cursed the two of you was named Wattis Thresh. And the condition of the curse is it will last until you are the end of your line. A year later, Garp will wake up in prison one day as a human, no longer as a bullywug. And 3 months after that, he'll be let out of jail. And that's more or less where we're going to pick up. Let me just review my notes, make sure I didn't miss anything. Let's see. Magistrate Zara pulls her end of the bargain with Renatus. The curse lasts until the subjects are the last of their line. Renatus can only cure himself by slaying his son, task that he would never do. But also, isn't your son dead already, Renatus?
I think my son is dead already.
So your curse hasn't been lifted. And it would only end when you're the last of your line, but you already are the last of your line, so...
Not necessarily, but add some extracurricular activities along the way.
Who knows? Garp,
Oh, God.
your family values appearances over all things, and they've cast aside their now shameful son. And that must sit with them and eat on them, knowing that you will be suffering until they die, and that one day a bullywug may arrive and cause problems for them. It's it's a terrible life for them to meet. But you wake up one day in jail as a human, so clearly you are the last of your line. Any children that you may have had are gone. Any parents you may have had are clearly dead, according to the information Zara has brought you. Garp is a murderer. Grau and Arrakis are guilty by association, but sort of let go, because Renatus provided the magistrate with useful information about the Fireflies. Forrest, the Firefly member that you outed, does get arrested. You will sort of hear about it. The Ferocity Empire shows up, and they shout the name Forrest in a bar that he's in, and his head kind of pops up by surprise, and they quickly go and find him, arrest him, and he's dragged back off to the capital. And whatever happens to him is actually beyond your character's purview. That's not something that would be in the papers. And so they just go off. You do hear more about the Fireflies. They do proceed to make attacks and cause troubles, being the insurgent terrorist force that they are. But that's, kind of outside of the purview of what your characters are experiencing. Arrakis decides to set up a temporary magic shop, dealing in components.
XP?
XP.
I will add
Yes.
that I think when Arrakis finds out what's happened and what Renatus has done in giving up Garp and kind of saving us all, Arrakis will spend some time kind of assuaging Renatus' conscience if he did have any doubts and telling him that he's done the right thing and that Garp did need an intervention, and actually, he's going to get us all killed eventually unless someone did something. So, he's made the right call. And I think hopefully that's kind of the start of a closer relationship between Arrakis and Renatus over the next 18 months in terms of working together to gather components and things like that.
Okay. All right. Now, I've left a lot of this sort of just declared, and this will give you some room to backdate your actions and backdate, I would have done this in the time. It gives you a little bit of flexibility, but we don't have to declare all your things by now. And we're going to pick up our campaign the day that Garp gets out of prison. And I think this is something everyone would have been told about. And Grau, you had some adventures with these people for a while. But then it's been a year and a half. And yet, here you are, the day that Garp is getting out of prison, to see your friend who you might not have seen. I don't know if you visited him in prison or not. But
Did you visit me?
A friend who you might not have seen in a while. And the party gathers together outside the jail in Swampside as Garp, now a human, steps out from behind his bars and is freed.
You'll see Garp coming out with his signature black cloak. And you're going to see someone quite a bit different than you did last time. Before, he was like 6'3", 250 pounds. He's a fucking frog. And now you're going to see a 5'9", 169 weight man with dark brown hair, a big black cloak that's too big for him, and he's pretty ugly, actually. He's only 8 hotness.
I elbow Renatus and say, "Is that him?"
It is.
Is he?
He's a sight for sore eyes.
Is he also? And Growl will look around, making sure that nobody can hear him. Is he also a druid?
I didn't think so.
You will. You'll see Garp arguing with the guard a little bit, but keeping his temper. He doesn't go to fight the guard. He just is. There's obviously a misunderstanding, and you'll see the guard go inside, bring his money, and bring him his signature halberd. Mm-hmm. And then he'll give the guard 2 silver and start walking over briskly. He will drop his stuff and embrace Renatus and say, "It's been too long since I've been able to hold you."
Renatus is slightly taken aback by this, because not taken aback, that there was an element of apprehension. While he has seen some change come to Garp over this year and a half, I was the one who put him there, and so there is always that kind of bit of fear that you're doing your best for the ones you're looking after, but they don't always agree that you've made the right decision. So there's like a slight hesitation as Garp embraces me, and then I wrap my arms around him and I sink into the hug.
In prison, Renatus was one of the only people who came and visited him weekly, but one week Renatus didn't come, and during that week Garp changed back into a human. The next week Renatus came and told him the issue and what his curse actually was. So Garp came to realize that Renatus is his only family left, and he needs to let go of the ego and the arrogance and being angry and just really appreciate what he has, because in an instant he can lose so much. Especially,
I imagine, for Garp, the fact that he was locked up and unable to do anything probably had a bit to play in that. Like, probably thinking, if I wasn't locked up, if I had been there, if I could have been around, if I hadn't been turned into a frog, I could have done something about this. But we don't even know what really happened. We just know that something has befallen our family.
We know they're gone. You're the only one I have left, and I think it'll be something that Garp wants to explore, but for the time being, he's just happy to be out.
Mm-hmm.
He'll go over to Renatus.
Well, as these two
hold
are...
a hand out.
Oh, okay, sorry. I was going to say, as you guys are hugging, I think I kind of take a few steps closer as it's winding down, and I'll say, it's good to see you, Garp. You're looking, different, but at the risk of tempting fate here, I'd hesitate to say that you could probably do with a drink. Shall we take this meeting over to the tavern?
I don't know. The last time I was in a tavern, that's what sent me to jail. Do you really trust me in there?
I promise it won't be human time this time.
Let's
I'm
go.
hoping in the last 18 months you might have learned a few lessons.
I'll hold a hand out. You can trust me.
We could get drinks and go drink in the forest instead. I think
I like the forest.
Grau might prefer that.
That would be really nice.
You know,
We
Drinks to go.
I live here now. You know, this is my local. I like it there.
Well, you can have some
All kind of
drinks.
look to Renatus to make a decision.
I'll say, well, you can have some drinks in the tavern. We're going out to the forest for a few pints. Unless you insist. Do you
A few
insist,
jars.
Marcus?
Well, why don't we do one in the tavern, one in the forest? We'll call it a pub crawl.
Sounds good to me.
Garp will kind of like grab you both around like the shoulder and just be like, I'm happy to be able to get a drink anywhere.
All right. Well, you know, do you want to leave the glaive at my home before we go there? Bad form.
Sure.
Great. Well, I walk you over to the burned down. Well, where the burnt down magic shop was, and you'll see nice new build wooden building with the title above the door saying "Articles of the Arcane," and I'll lead you into my makeshift shop, which really is just a few shelves with some jars and various components. There's a couple of kind of like tables in the middle of the room with some other stuff laid out, and there's a desk with a door behind it, and I sort of like lead you behind the desk into the rest of the building where my living quarters are, and we can sort of just place the glaive and your stuff nearby. And I'll also say I've got a cloak here that might fit you a bit better if you want one.
I'll keep on to this one. It's a helpful reminder, and I'll place the glaive down. How did you afford this place?
Well, believe it or not, I actually earned quite a bit of gold in our endeavors, and the town was more than willing to accept a replacement for the shop here. You know, when I first started, I was making good business. Between me and Renatus here, we made some pretty good gold over the last 18 months.
Yeah,
Just
and
a
a few new
whisper in.
scars as well. And I'll like pull up my sleeve where like a crocodile bit me in the swamp.
Maybe for you.
Just to be clear here, though, because this is a one pivotal mechanic, is that while Arrakis might have furnished the shop and all that jazz, the land is technically owned by someone else, and you are renting the building.
Yeah, it's a rental.
just-
you know.
Absolutely. Perfect. All right, continue.
Do we use Georgist land value taxes in the world of I'm just
Arcadia.
curious of Arcadia? What kind of tax
What sort of
system are
land
we
tax?
living? Like you tax based on the value of the land rather than like on the rent that it provides, you know? How is taxes done? This is important.
Oh, well, let me get my book out on taxes. I thought you'd never ask.
He's like, oh, you're a renter, and I'm like, I want to
Second
know what the system is.
The second edition guide to the housing market.
Listen, there's somebody on the wiki right now waiting to type this out.
All right, taxes. Let's see.
Complete
There are
pocket taxes.
consumption taxes that are taxes for sales. There are luxury taxes. Certain items like fine furs, jewelry, ornamental crests, and magical components are subject to a luxury tax of a further half copper piece per silver piece of said price. We don't have to worry about inheritance tax. There are occasionally some tolls on roads, especially bridges have tolls. Usually a copper a person and a horse, or like 2 copper for a vehicle. There are a certain type of monthly taxes if there's like a market day, because we in the modern world, the markets are open 24 hours a day practically. But in this time, people would spend all their time working, and then like you'd come to town once a month for the big market day, or maybe like twice a month for the big market day, depending on whatnot. And then they would have extra taxes at the gate on market day. Every person or beast entering the town on market day must pay 1 copper piece for entrance. Since market day in town is the common equivalent to the tournaments of the nobility, this small charge was usually worth the wide variety of entertainments. We also have seasonal taxes. During the spring, there's the hearth tax. During the summer, there's a land tax, which is based on acreage. In the summer, there's a nobility tax. In the fall, there's a tithing tax. There's also an income tax. Each person's income is assessed by the local exchequer's office and taxed at a modest rate of about 1 copper per gold. So, like 1% tax rate for income. Also, in the winter, there's a poll tax. Children are taxed at 1 copper per head. Marketable beasts are 1 copper per head. Adults are 2 copper per head. Riding horses are 1 silver. There is a tax on magic items as well. There is a sword tax. Normal weapons longer than daggers or knives are taxed at a rate of 1 silver piece per weapon, and that is once during the winter time. And then there's also licenses. If you have a trade, like Arrakis is setting up, you're going to be charged 2 gold pieces per annum for the trade license to operate your shop in town. And technically, you do have a monopoly on the magic shop in town, so you also have to pay a monopoly tax. It's about 5% of your total income, not profits. And then there's also legal fees and duties. Some of you, well, you no longer have to pay the non-resident fee. We don't have to worry about import taxes, port harborages, no import license. None of you are money lenders. You don't have to pay the coming and going tax for ships or caravans leaving the country. Yeah, so that's more or less your tax structure.
Very cool. Thank you. Now,
That's why it's important to keep accurate records, Garp.
The most important part of that is where there's a tax system, there's room for tax fraud. Am I right?
True.
Or am I wrong?
Yes.
Oh, do you reckon we've been doing some backhand deals of components, like in bulk, to some shady people to avoid spending the tax?
I reckon most societies with kind of an inefficient taxation system usually have some sort of everyday tax avoidance that everyone does. Like the classic example in Greece is like, if your house isn't completed, you don't pay property taxes. So a lot of people will leave like rebar sticking out of their roof. So when the assessor comes, he can be like, oh, I never finished the roof. House isn't finished. You don't pay property taxes.
That's genius. Well, like in the UK, where if you get a builder around to do something on your house, like the price might be 500 quid, but if you pay him cash in hand, it's only 400 because you can avoid the tax.
Absolutely. A lot of people do. There's probably a lot of, I think they're called nixers. They're jobs where you do small little jobs for a small amount of cash and you don't report it.
Yeah.
Yep, and barter is a nice way to bypass all those taxes. You know, hey, you want these spell components from me? Instead of having to pay taxes on it, why don't you just trade me a spell? And then how does the government tax a spell? They can't. So
True.
There's lots of ways to.
They get taxed on the
bypass these
material
things.
components.
Anyway.
Then they have to keep track of you casting spells.
We get to the tavern.
I just want to be clear, every minute we talk about taxes is a minute that we're not brawling in a tavern.
Real quick, Neil, I think in order to play my character going forward, we have to jump back in time a little bit because I think
Absolutely.
when Grau gets taken back 18 months ago with Autumn, Grau is no longer...
Wait, sorry, Peach. Let me just do like 1-2 second thing and then I'll set you up. Okay, so we go into the tavern. I point the group to the favourite table that me and Renatus will sit at. It's in the corner. Everyone goes to sit down. I go to the bar to get everyone some drinks. Bring back 4 pints. I put them down on the table. I sit down and I say, so, what's everyone been doing for the last year and a half? Why don't you tell me about your experiences? And I was going to say that's a great chance for Neil to tell us about our experience, but also I suppose it's a good chance for Garp, Grau to tell us what he's been doing.
Yes, thank you.
All right, Grau. What has been going down?
Okay. Grau's like, before when Grau was hanging out with Autumn, he was just like, oh, I'm a bear. I'm being told things, and whatever I'm being told is the things that I know. But as he's embarked on this adventure, he's learned a lot more about the world and the inner machinations, and that things are more complicated, and that Autumn is a much more complicated character. The humans and elves and all these humanoids are way more complicated than he initially thought. So I think when they get back with Zera, when they get back from Zera, and Autumn and him kind of walk out, I think Grau's going to have a lot of questions.
Yeah, I bet. And I also bet by the time we pick up in a year and a half, Grau's linguistic patterns might have changed.
For sure. I think he's put a lot more effort into learning speech, and all the mannerisms and kind of social etiquette that you do, because after the human time incident, Grau felt a lot of guilt, right? So his motivation to learn more about human society became a lot higher, and how to properly behave and integrate and not make a huge mess Because I think he had the right idea, and then he was kind of hanging out with the wrong people, and he let himself get influenced too much, and he kind of learned that he has a good instinct on things, but he needs to know more about the world to be able to apply these instincts properly.
Mm-hmm.
Because his kind of initial feeling was that, this group is always causing trouble. I don't want to cause trouble, and I feel like, killing and fighting people all the time is wrong. And then he was like, well, hey, if everybody's fucking doing it, I guess I'll do it. Only to immediately learn that that's, the best way to get everyone in, huge trouble. And if you want to go fight and kill people, you have to do it in a really smart way. So, he was humbled and motivated to learn a lot more.
Excellent. Is there anything that you wanted to ask Autumn in particular?
Yeah, do you wanna roleplay it?
I do.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. So I'm imagining we're kind of maybe walking back out to the swamp, right?
Mm-hmm. It's a long walk back. She will hire a carriage to take you, the two of you, to Keygate. So it'll be a few days.
Grow and Autumn don't have a way to communicate when Grow is in bear form, right? She doesn't have can she speak to animals?
You know what? She probably does have a way to speak with animals, but she doesn't.
Okay.
She doesn't use it. She
Yeah.
insists on you being in human, gnome, or orc form before she will speak with you, but Grow's smart enough to know that this magic teleport woman who has a weird tower that everyone seems to be afraid of can probably... she sends messenger birds to fetch people sometimes. She must be able to speak with animals.
Yeah. Okay. So he'll be, I guess, what form was he in when we left off? I think he was in orc form, human form? I don't remember. He'll be.
It was first thing in the morning, wasn't it? So I think you had all your forms available.
Yeah, he'll be in human form. And maybe they'll be a little bit quiet, and he'll be looking out, and he'll say, so I'm a druid, yeah?
That appears to be one of your identities.
The people in town said I was a druid and they tried to hunt me.
Mm-hmm.
They said there was a prize if they would kill me.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I told you to keep your transformation secret. Did I not?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you did. There's a lot of rules that the people follow. The humans and the others. But sometimes they tell you that there is rules, and then they break them for no reason. And I didn't understand why. The other day you said you would talk to me, and then you disappeared. Why did you disappear? You said you would talk to me.
She pauses, thinks, and goes, "Oh. Yes, I'm so sorry about that. There were some things that came up, and I got distracted, and I forgot that we were supposed to chat. That's my fault, and I apologize."
Thank you. Why did... They wanted to capture me because there's a prize for capturing druids.
Mm-hmm.
Why did they let me go?
I asked them to. I asked Magistrate Zara to let you go.
Why me and not my friends?
She'll quiet down for a moment. The rumbling of the wagon will keep going rhythmically over one bump after another. And when she sort of looks back over towards you and she'll reach out a hand to rest on yours, she will say, "Grow, please don't tell the others this, but you are my favorite."
Oh. Okay.
And your friends, who have helped me and who have been half-decent companions will have to find their own way out of this trouble. But you... I wanted to look out for you. I care about you and what happens to you, and I could tell that you needed help and protection. And so I came for you. The others must take care of themselves.
Thank you, Autumn. I don't know what I would have done if they put me in a cage or a cell, or I don't know what they would have done to me.
I was worried about that.
Autumn, is there other bear druids I can talk to?
She'll shake her head and look out the window of the wagon, of the carriage. No, Grau, I don't think there are. I think you are the only one of your kind.
Why?
Does it matter? There are a lot of whys in this world, and most of them, as frustrating as they may be, don't matter. Why did the Empire of Varasi take over the Kingdom of Hornstead? Why do humans reject orcs? Why do elves reject half-elves? Why do we punish people who steal bread when they're starving? Sometimes the ways of the world just are, and why and how don't really matter.
It's not a nice answer.
I know. It's not a nice world.
You
And
think my friends are gonna be okay?
I think some of them will be okay.
I think what happened to them is my fault. Because I threw the beer into the crowd and yelled human tyrants and turned into a bear.
That certainly sounds like you played a role and are partially responsible for the events that transpired. And I should let you know that just because I came to help you this time doesn't mean I will always be able to keep you out of trouble.
Neil, can you reset the music?
Yeah.
But I can still see my friends, right? If they are gonna be okay?
If they survive,
Okay.
is that Mr.
Let's
Moon?
go home.
It's good.
Let's go home. And this is also a great opportunity, a great moment, to talk about one of the other things that happens in the year and a half, and that's experience. Because the party gets experience for sessions 3, 4, and 5, and you also are going to get some amount of experience for living your life in the year and a half where not a lot of adventure happens. So, let's start with Growl. 4 episodes or sessions, 3, 4, and 5, you get 1,675 experience.
Oh yeah.
But on top of that, you get an additional 3d6 times 100 experience for the next year and a half that you do things. So roll me 3d6, multiply it by 100, and add 1675.
1 second.
Should get some light, happy, fun music for this one.
Oh yeah.
3d6, yeah?
3d6 times 100.
Watch this. 18.
Oh, I wish.
Okay.
900.
Not bad.
900 plus 1675 is 2575. Yeah.
It's time to level you.
2575.
Which puts me at 5,965 experience.
Nice.
That indeed does level you. You are now a 3rd level druid.
All right,
yeah.
3rd
Huge.
level druid. It is time to roll some hit points. Druids, roll a d8, and let's check your character sheet to see if you have a con modifier. You do not. So roll me a 1d8 and add it to your existing 17 max. Don't roll a
Watch
1.
this 8.
Oh my fucking.
Bigly.
Let's fucking go.
24.
I'm gonna roll another one. I know it if I level.
Oh, that's sick.
Sorry, he rolled a 7.
He rolled a 7 for a modified 24 max HP. All right, next up is Arrakis. For episodes, sessions 3, 4, 5, you get 1720. And then for your time running a magic shop, you get 2d8 times 100.
Ooh. 2d8.
Times 100. Huge variability.
Come
I'm
on,
feeling
Nick.
a 13 on this 2d8. Are you ready? Mm-hmm. Let's go with the 2d8. 11.
Not bad.
I'm taking 11. So that's what, 1100 plus what?
1720,
So 28, 20.
20. Yep.
28,
Excellent.
20 plus, wait, I need to roll HP as well. Plus 3, 2, 40.
Yes.
That leaves me with 6060 experience. Easily level 3.
Good job, Nick.
Thank you very much. Were we doing D6 HP? I think we were, weren't we? There's no way I've rolled 2 4s for HP.
No, there's no way.
There's no way. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah, okay. So it's an extra D6 in there. Crazy, I know. But I'm actually going to get a 5 on this one.
Oh,
He got a
Called
5.
it. He's called it. Let's talk spells, Neil, okay?
Talk.
Let's talk spells, Neil!
All right.
Okay, so right, on one hand, we talked about it. We're agreeing our standard pick 1, roll for 3. kind
Pick
of
1, roll for
situation.
3. Yep.
But I will also say that I've been holding on to this spell book for 18 months, running a magic shop. Should I not be able to roll spell learning against basically any spell in that book if I want? In fact,
Yes.
I should be able to roll
Absolutely.
against the level 1 ones twice.
I don't know what you mean by twice. Like you can when you
If I
level,
fail them,
you
I
get
can
to
roll
pick
them
a
again when I
spell.
level up.
right?
Yeah.
When you level, you get to pick a spell, or you get to roll to try 3 spells. And then you can use this spell book to try and learn any of the spells within that spell book. But that you only get 1 chance to learn.
Well, it depends when I became level 3, right? Because I could have failed, for example, Unseen Servant, and then try it again after I level up. If I've only just made it to level 3,
We're going to say that when you're leveling, we're just going to clean the slate. We're not going to do you wanted to learn the spell at a previous level, but you never had the time, so then you try to
he's
learn it,
getting
and then
you.
you
That's
fail,
fine.
and then
That's fine.
then you're going to do it when you...
He's
One
getting you
roll-
right now.
I'll let you learn a little secret. I knew that was the answer that I was asking.
Yeah,
anyway.
of course you did.
Okay, so we're going to do roll for 3 first here. These are my 3 that I'm picking when I'm leveling up, so these are spells that are not in the spell book. I'm going to
Right.
be taking some shadow spells here because I am a shadow mage. The first one that I am going to roll for is Blur, like the band.
Right.
Like, I don't know what else it would be. So it's 85 or lower that we're looking for here. Yeah, that's an 85 or lower.
Right,
Can't
because
even
it's a
really-
shadow spell.
You can't fail that, basically, right?
Well, until you said that, I was on board. 69.
69. Nice. Okay, so we get Blur. My next option, I think, is going to be Spectral Hand. Ooh, which is an easy pass as well. And then I think we're going to do... It's a choice between Dancing Shadows and Darkness, and I think Darkness is just better, so I'm going to...
What about Wall of Gloom?
I'm thinking that because I need the Revenant Eyelash to do Wall of Gloom, then I might save that for my next level up when I'm level
Okay.
4, and I can still be on the lookout
see.
for Revenant eyebrows. Like, I'm still actively looking for them, but I've not spent the time to learn that spell yet because I don't expect to be able to
Got it.
get
So
access.
this is
Which spell is
darkness?
this one, Nick?
So this is darkness, yeah, 15-foot radiant darkness. Oh, shit.
Fail.
Can't win them all.
Okay, but and I'm going to try and learn some ones from the other spell book. So these are at 50% chance because they're not shadow spells.
Okay.
So I'm going to go with... Can I try comprehend languages again? I failed it at level 2. Or are we
Yes.
saying that's...
Yes.
So I'm going to try comprehend languages. It's a pass. I'm going to try unseen... No, I already have. Unseen
What's your
servants.
max number of first level spells you can know?
11.
11. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that is your last level 1 spell.
My last level 1 spell. Cool.
What does that
Comprehend
spell do?
languages.
Which one?
The one you just got, is it comprehend languages?
Yeah, it says the wizard is able to understand the spoken words of a creature or read an otherwise incomprehensible written message, such as a writing in another
creature?
language. Yeah. In either
So
case,
a
the wizard must touch
squirrel
the
could talk
creature,
to you and you could understand it.
but I've got to touch it.
Yeah, but the squirrel doesn't have a language to begin with.
Got it.
Speak with animals sort of imparts a certain level of communication with animals, but
No squirrel language.
right, there is no squirrel language, so
There's no squirrel language. Okay, but I can learn some pretty cool level 2 spells from Thalius's spellbook. So
Go ahead.
I'm not going to try all of these. I'm going to try Alter Self first. That's a fail. I'm going to try Glitter Dust. That's a fail.
Damn it, Nick.
We're back, boys. I'm going to try Magic Key. That's a fail. And I'm going to try Personal Perception Filter. Which is a pass, okay.
What does that do?
So Personal Perception Filter is a very cool custom spell where you have to thoroughly coat someone or an object in oil. And then the spell takes effect. It doesn't make them invisible, but it kind of makes them unnoticed in a crowd. So if you do something like draw a glaive and start dancing around on top of a roof, people are going to notice you. But if you're just like walking through a crowd or trying to slip through a gate with a good bunch of people, you're not going to get seen.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It makes you
So-
like blend.
But like a
Yeah.
good guard would probably see you.
it makes you not invisible, but sort of difficult to notice. So if you walk up to a guard, the guard will see you. But if there's like a tour group walking through the gate, the guard, and you're just in the middle of the pack, they probably won't notice you. If you go to like, talk to a shopkeeper, they'll see you. If you go to, swipe something off their table, the question is going to be like, do they notice you? Do they not notice you? Maybe a saving throw versus spell is called for. It's going to be kind of
Would the
context dependent.
Would the shopkeeper, like, let's say I go to talk to a shopkeeper and I have this cast on me, I'm gonna look weird as fuck, right?
No. Why would
Oh.
you look weird?
Well, because you have like stuff on you, and
I mean,
guess
you
it's
get
like
coated with some oil, but it's
Okay.
How do you say? It's not like you're sopping wet with oil.
got it. Okay.
I don't. Oh, there is one there, Neil. Thank you. Is that in the in your spell list?
So,
as well?
so could
That's
you
in
use this?
Thalius's thing, yeah.
yeah.
Could you use this to like slip into a party through the back door? And as long as you're dressed appropriately and you don't actually engage anyone in conversation, you might look like a waiter. You're walking around and nobody's really looking.
No. Because if you're trying to go in through the back door, you're probably gonna be the only one. Could be if you're dressed appropriately and there's like a group of people walking in through the front door, you might be able to slip in with them. But only if it's like, a whole group of people. If they're actually checking invitations, it's not going to help you at all. Yeah.
What
if
if-
you've
ooh,
ever
what if
watched
you were to
Doctor Who, he uses a perception filter to sort of not be noticed during the story arc regarding the Ostahargan key. If you remember what that is, when the Daleks
Of course.
combine all the planets into one area, and what's her name is gonna maybe blow up the world, and they're walking around using perception filters to observe events by hanging out in the background at a slight distance.
I don't watch Doctor Who, but that sounds interesting and cool. I have one more example question, just to tease it out. What if there's like an army marching down the road and you're wearing the appropriate uniform and you just kind of slip in?
Well,
People might not
that's
notice.
a really good question.
Probably better to find it out in game.
Yeah, because if it's an army marching down the road, like they're gonna be marching in ranks, and so you're not. If you try to get in the ranks, you're gonna fuck up their ranks, and someone's gonna notice like there's a person here. So that's gonna be a little bit problematic. But if it's not an army, if it's just like a caravan where there's not like an inherent order and no one's really necessarily paying attention to anyone, then it's fine. This is sort of the this is like a slight variation on invisibility, but if you're like invisible and you're trying to run down a busy street, you're just going to run into people because they're not going to try to step out of your way. But with perception filter, they're going to like be sort of aware that there's someone coming their way. But how often do you actually look at people in a crowd as you're walking down the street? You don't make fucking eye contact with anyone. You're not paying attention to these folks, but you get out of the way of people. So it's more
I make
of
eye contact with everyone I see on the street to assert my dominance.
This spell's not very effective against you then.
Okay. I would look you in the eyes and notice your filter. No, but thank you for clarifying. It's a really cool spell.
Mm-hmm. We're going to yell about that spell a fuckload in the future.
And is the effect broken? Spell... Things that will break the spell include, but are not limited to, any attack, spellcasting, speaking to a person, making noises that draw attention, wearing out-of-place clothes, or using a mirror to reflect light onto someone's eye. So if you do anything that would get someone to notice you, it breaks the whole spell effect.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Any other spells you're going to learn?
I failed all the other ones, so I think that's all there is.
Excellent. Next up is Renatus. Renatus, you get 1,000.
Wait. Hold on. What do I get for leveling up?
Well, you got HP. You don't get any you do get extra spells, which I forgot about and forgot to put in your character sheet. I will put those spells in your character sheet shortly.
Okay.
But you get access to spells, and you're gonna get. No, you don't get the next level spells because we talked about your druid. You're getting more advanced shape-shifting for a degradation in spell count and quantity. And so actually when you hit level 3, you're not going to get spells.
Oh my god, if you can shapeshift into an elf.
Nope.
We got it.
We are assuming that you're a level lower. And rounding, or half. What was it? Is it half level? You're the same dude. You're just chilling.
Cool.
Wait, so he doesn't get anything?
Well, he gets HP, and I think that's.
Cool.
I think that's actually it for a druid at his point.
So one more thing. Over the year and a half, Growl wants to try to learn some taxidermy.
Cool. Actually, hold on. Before we do that, there are 3 things that you learn at level 3. You can identify animals, plants, and pure water with perfect accuracy after reaching 3rd level. You can pass through overgrown areas without leaving a trail, and your normal movement rate. And at your normal movement rate at 3rd level. So if everyone else is trying to walk through a thick forest or a thick jungle, they're going to get slowed and leave a trail. You can just walk through the thick forest or jungle without leaving a trail and without having your movement rate being slowed by the thickness of the forest.
Got it.
You can also learn the language of woodland creatures. These include centaurs, dryads, elves, fauns, gnomes, dragons, giants, lizardmen, manticores, nixies, pixies, sprites, and treants. You can add 1 language at 3rd level and 1 more every time you advance a level above 3rd.
Wow.
So, yeah. And you also wanted to learn about taxidermy?
Yes, Growl wants to learn to do something with his human hands. Because he wants to learn how to use the human hands. And there's like a conversation with Autumn where she's like, well, you could do painting, or you could do this and you could do that. What kind of things do you like? And Growl's like, I don't know, I like so animals of the forest. And then Autumn's like, well, why don't you try taxidermy? Here's a dead rabbit. Go do your thing.
Perfect. Because you do get a non-weapon proficiency that I had forgotten about. And so go ahead and take taxidermy.
Perfect.
Why does he get a non-weapon proficiency?
Because he hit level 3. You
Leveled
get
up.
1 too.
Oh, do I?
Yeah, because you're a wizard who's hitting level 3.
Sick.
And you said I learn a language?
Yes. And a language of woodland creatures.
Got it.
Yeah. You don't have to pick it right now. You can think on it while we do the other player stuff. Tax. I thought I had a taxidermy proficiency. Did I get rid of it?
You not?
I thought I had one.
I
might
swear
have
to God you had
scrapped
one.
it.
I've seen it before.
I know.
For some reason, searching on that document doesn't work very well, but if you scroll down, it might be there. I've had that happen to me a couple times.
I swear there was a taxidermy one. I might have scrapped it because I thought no one would ever take this, and I was trying to clean up the list, but now...
You regret it.
So many regrets.
You could check the version history.
That's what I'm in the version history, buddy.
He's in the code.
He's in the mines like we were.
No, there's no taxidermy.
There's ventriloquism?
Yeah.
Yeah, ventriloquism's pretty sweet.
Unfortunately, there is no text. We'll call it a wisdom-based skill because you got to know how things are supposed to look and all that other jazz. And we'll give you no penalty on it. So we're gonna add it to your where's Grau's character sheet.
I think for my non-weapon proficiency, given that I've been spending time trying to find components in the
I didn't catch that. You cut out there for a moment. We're going to come back to Nick in just a moment. In the meantime, Renatus Fur, you get 1,525 experience for the events of sessions 3, 4, 5. You weren't there for session 3, so that's actually just for 4 and 5. Fair. You get 4d4 times 100 XP for the time skip.
I'm going to roll 144, multiply it by 400. How does that sound?
Wait, 144?
And then multiply it by 400.
1d4 times 400. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, it's fine.
Big.
Wait, was it 2d8 before? Am I still cutting out?
It was.
Yes, you're cutting out.
All right, I'm getting a 4 or a 1. I'm not getting anything in between.
All right.
Oh,
4.
Nice.
So that's 1,600 plus 1,525.
absolutely. I'm a gambler. So that's what?
Now roll this roll for your HP, please.
Listen, I got one good roll than maybe
3,125 is the total.
3,125 plus
What
that
XP are you at?
levels me, I think. 3,390 plus what was it? 3,125. So I'm at 6,515, which is a level.
4th level.
I'm a level 4 Ragu.
Give us a talk, Nick. Let's hear.
Test. 1, 2, 3. I mean, my video looks fine.
Yeah, your
Sound
video
good.
looks good. You sound good to me.
You're good.
Okay. So for my non-weapon proficiency, because I've been spending time in the swamp thinking about components, I'm going to take animal law for my
All right.
non-weapon proficiency.
That's good.
Which, for those of you keeping track, will eventually lead me along the path to toxicology, which might be pretty cool with our rogue friends later on.
Okay. Renatus, you also get 30 points to spread among your thief points, your thief skills.
Let's go. Pickpocket.
I would like to put 15 points into pickpocket.
That'll bring you to 90.
That's a 90%.
There we go.
All right, so I'm going to put...
All right.
He just put it all in pickpockets.
Absolutely.
No, he's got 15 more.
And I've got 15 more.
Uh-huh.
Renatus isn't a traditional thief.
Between the two of us, we could make you really powerful if you do sort of get some hide in shadows and some move silently.
Yeah, I'm going to put 10 points in...
Gryffindor.
Nice.
I got to put 10 points in hide in shadows and 5 points in move silently.
Okay.
Cool.
Boom.
Alrighty.
I'm a pickpocket, okay? That's the thing I've been working on.
Pickpockets.
We gotta roll your HP.
Yes.
I would like everyone watching to channel really hard and give me a good dice roll. The potential to double my HP here is real.
Let's go. You really need this roll.
So 1d6.
How many pockets
1d8.
could a pickpocket pick if a pickpocket could
Wait, is it
pickpockets?
D6? Are we sure we're not rolling D8 for thief right now? I believe that we rolled D8 in the past and you just rolled really poorly.
Yeah, because I'm rolling D6.
Is that what he did?
Nick rolled D6s in Todd, and that was we laughed at him because every other thief rolls D8.
True.
I'm gonna wait until Neil confirms.
Yep.
Well, because the default is D6.
But we agreed that thief is dog shit.
Maybe it's D6 plus 1. D5 plus 1.
I'm scrolling through the deep notes here.
D4 plus
but-
2, maybe.
We would never do that. That's
We would never do
absolutely
that.
fucking
No way.
ridiculous.
Maybe D4 plus 1.
No.
That's even terrible.
Here we go.
How
All right,
many-
here's everyone rolling for stats. Stats.
Wow.
Hotness roll for human form. MrMouton, your human form hotness is actually an 11. I just found
Oh.
notes on it.
Nice. I rolled it before. Perfect.
Yeah.
How does it
Not
feel?
that ugly.
Not
Feels
be the
good.
hottest man in the room. You're still
I'm
the
used to
hottest
it.
frog.
Yeah. I don't know. Fuck it, let's do a D8. Why not?
All right, I'm doing it.
Why not?
Let's go, big money, big money! Fuck, dude.
3. It's grim. Hey, we're in double
10
digits
hit
now.
points.
We're double digit boys, okay?
That's good.
We did it.
That is good, yeah.
You know,
Good.
now...
Good Malachi.
It's a good thing you're so stealthy and able to be quiet so that you'll never get caught and killed.
Exactly. Now it
Yeah.
takes 2 spear attacks to kill me.
Yeah, there you go.
It takes 2 spear attacks to kill me.
That's
It would
true.
take at least 2 bullywugs to kill you in a single round.
Exactly.
Unless
I
one
can't be
crit.
one shot.
Oh yeah, well that's one of them, of course.
You have to crit with a spear to kill me, which means I feel safe now.
Yeah.
It's only a 5% chance. What could
Absolutely.
happen?
Yeah.
do-
Garp. Oh, Renatus, you also get a non-weapon proficiency. Go ahead and look through the list.
Does he get an extra to hit for being fourth, or did he get that at third?
Thieves
Get that at
get
5,
an extra bonus. They get a +2. Well, hold on. Thief level 4 still has a melee adjust of 1. Thief level 5 has a melee adjust of 2. Unfortunate. So Ren, you can look through the proficiency list, see if there's anything you want to pick up. Garp, you get 1,115 for sessions 3, 4, 5, and you get 5d100 for the time skip. It's got a high flexibility on it, just to see the range of experiences in jail.
Okay. 5d100.
5d100.
Let's go.
260.
That's actually
Natural
not
1 in
bad.
there.
You got a 1 in there though.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
rare. What was it again? It was 1 something
1115.
plus 260. And I get to multiply this by 10, right? Or by
Do you
points.
have a 16 in strength?
I do.
Then you are good, yeah. By 1.1, that brings you to 1512.
Nice.
Plus whatever you had
1512 plus 4194. 5706.
Oh, not close enough.
Oh, unlucky.
I need like 10k for the next one, right?
It should go
8K.
248, yeah.
Perfect.
So Renatus leveled, Arrakis leveled, Groud leveled, Garp has not leveled. And I just want to check one more thing on the Renatus side before we go to our break.
While he checks that, I'd like to thank Arcadian Hobgob for joining the Patreon. Make sure to go to patreon.com/saveordie and join at least of the Goblin tier and be able to enter our after shows that we do every-ish week, almost every week. And if you join at the Hobgoblin tier, you can talk to Nick and I on Sundays. Thanks.
At 4th level, the thief has enough exposure to languages that he has a chance to read most non-magical writing. Apparently, your read languages chance doesn't even begin until 4th level, which that's kind of new to me, even though I've been playing this game for a decade. But that's fine, because it's still at 0%, isn't it?
5. Base 5. I put
Okay,
5
there we
points
go.
into it. Just
Nice.
give me that 5% chance to read a book.
Yeah. All right. Well, that'll wrap us up for this. Renatus, at 5th level, your backstab multiplier goes up, but not at 4th. Everyone's gotten a non-weapon proficiency. There are no weapon proficiencies at any of these levels. Wait a minute, Renatus, you're 4th level.
Yes,
So
that's
you
correct.
don't get a weapon proficiency. Sorry, the non-weapon proficiencies come at 3rd level. You must have already gotten that during character creation, but at 4th level, I think you actually get the weapon proficiency instead of the non-weapon.
Ooh, can I like master daggers? What can I do here?
No. Specialization and mastery are restricted to fighters only. You can gain a new weapon and just like learn how to use an additional thing. You could save it for later to come up with, use it at another point in time. There are some fighting styles, but I don't know how many of them are all that useful.
Have you already got no two-handed, like two-weapon fighting negatives? Are you already like on
Does
0-0?
not have two-weapon fighting style.
I was either thinking two-weapon fighting or something that let me fight at range.
Thrown weapon
Because
style?
that would allow me to... Because I think... Do you get sneak attacks from ranged attacks? No?
Yeah.
You get surprise, though, right?
Wait, you don't? Oh, okay.
No, this is not 5th edition.
Okay, but you would get surprise rounds. Like if I were to sneak up on someone,
You
and
would
then
get surprise, yeah.
bang.
Yeah, ranged has no interconnection with surprise. Like if there's surprise, regardless of weapon type.
Okay, yeah, but it's harder to sneak up on someone in melee, right?
Definitely. Yeah. I'm not sure what you're getting at, but
I'm thinking about like strategic options for my character. Tell you
I
what,
think
I'll make this
there's darts,
decision
too.
over the break, and then I'll.
yeah.
Yep.
Let's go to
We'll
break.
fill in.
We'll come back on the other side. We'll pick up our campaign, and we'll see what trouble we get into. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Saber Die Outcasts. So, the party gathered together for just one beer in the tavern. Just one beer in the tavern.
I get in a fight. No, I'm just kidding.
It's human time.
So it's nice to see you all again. I wanted to tell you guys again that the last time we were together, I did something that wasn't okay. I made it human time. And I don't think it will be human time ever again, because I don't want you guys to get into any more trouble because of me.
All's
You
well.
can do human time when we're fighting people, if we need to in the future.
And to
But
show
in
you
taverns
guys,
like this,
I think his point is, Garp, is he's sorry for the trouble he got us into. And
I apologize.
I've had a long time to think about this, Grau, and 2 years ago, you were just a bear. You don't know any rules. We were still learning. We should have been more. We should have given you more guidance. So, if anyone should be apologizing, well, we should be apologizing to you too for not being the best mentors. At least I feel that way. I don't know how the rest of the party feels.
I feel like the situation that we found ourselves in with Grau, we shouldn't be too hard on ourselves, and you shouldn't be too hard on yourself, Grau. It's an unusual situation. I'm not sure that anyone on this earth has had to deal with something as similar as that. And so, all's well that ends well. Garp is back here. Everyone's healthy and good. Let's not spend too much time thinking about the regrets of the past and focus on the future.
Well, humans, to show that they're sorry and that they care about each other, they make gifts for each other, right? I've made you all a gift.
Gift.
He's gonna draw a little pouch out and open it. And first he draws this is for you, Arrakis. And it's a little pendant, and at the end hangs a wing of a red robin, which is the exact red shade of your red robes.
Wow.
It's really nice and stylish.
Grau,
I'll
thank
hand
you
it to
so much. This is very thoughtful, and it's compliments my outfit. Thank you so much. I put it on.
And for you, Renatus, I've made something, and he pulls, by its tail, he pulls out a rat that is taxidermied, and it's got a little clip on the side, and you can open it up. So you can open this up, and you can put coins in it.
A rodent coin pouch. This is truly wonderful. Wow, must have taken you a long time to make this.
I know you like rodents and you like coins, so
He's a mustelid, not a rodent. But thank you. Thank you so much.
and for you, Garp, he pulls out a little frog, and the frog is stuffed with these little soft plant fibrous balls that he's collected from like a certain flower, and he'll give it to you. He'll say, you can press on this if you get stressed or if you get angry, so you can, instead of punching someone, press this instead so you can be less stressed about it.
Well, thank you, Grau. I really appreciate this. You've taught me a lot. I'll kind of like shake his head and goes back to his drink.
You know, in England, sometimes, Neil, in pubs, they'll often sell like pork pies at the bar. Mm-hmm. We got a situation like that here. Can I go and get a gift for Grau?
Yeah, totally.
As he's giving the last gift to Garp, I stand up and go to the bar and buy pork pie. And I come back and say, Grau, so very kind of you. I've got you something too. It's not as thoughtful as the gifts you've given us, but it is deserved, and I hope it brings you at least a moment of joy. And I hand you a pork pie.
His eyes will widen, and he's about to go in on it and destroy it, but he'll catch himself, and he'll take like a napkin from the table and put it, in his shirt as like a bib.
Nice.
And is there cutlery on this table, Neil? There's probably cutlery, right?
No, it's just a tavern. No cutlery.
And he will look around, and there will be no cutlery. And he'll like sit down like you would with cutlery, and then he's just gonna go in with his hands and fucking destroy it.
Nice. I think this all brings us a bit of joy. As we're finishing our drinks, I'll go to the barkeep, who I know well. His name is Stephen. And I will say, I look down on him. He's quite short. I say, Stephen, we're looking to take a few drinks and go for a bit of a walk. Do you think we could get some takeaways? Maybe decant it into a bucket or something like that. Take a few cups.
Why don't you just take the mugs, and if you don't return them, I'll send a bill to your house.
Thank you. So I purchased a barrel of, not a barrel, but like a bucket of ale, or a pitcher even. It's probably in a pitcher, isn't it? And then
That makes more sense.
I go back to the table with my pitcher and our 4 cups that we've already got, and I say, all right, well, I've got the beer to go if you guys want to go for a walk.
I know a really pretty pond out there.
Great, let's go.
All right. The party heads out into the woods. It's now maybe early afternoon, because they don't let Garp out first thing in the morning. But then, you're taking some time to have some drinks and socialize and walk around town and stretching his legs for being free in the first time. It takes you a little while. But eventually you come to a nice little pond in the woods.
Grau's gonna finish his drink and go into bear form.
And all was right with the world, I say. I sit down, and can I lean on Garp a little bit, on Grau a little bit?
Yeah.
Nice. So I sit down with my beer, putting the pitcher on a stump of a tree that's been cut down recently, leaning against the bear, taking a sip, and contemplating the peacefulness that I actually feel in this moment compared to the last time we were all together, when it was, less than peaceful.
Garp's gonna run and cannonball in.
His first taste
He's
of freedom.
excited. Yeah. He runs, cannonballs in, and you'll see him doing the backstrokes from the water.
Okay.
Renatus will sit down with Grau and Arrakis, and he'll sip his beer for a while, but then he'll eventually ask the question, what are we?
A group of old friends reminiscing, I think, Renatus.
Well, I mean, I agree with you there, but there is always the future to consider. What are we going forward? As friends? Associates? Do we work together?
Well,
We all go our own way?
I don't know about you, but I'm enjoying the company for now. I'm not sure, Grau, what your plans are and how much you've been speaking with Autumn since the last time we saw her. But if you've got nothing else, I'm sure that I'd welcome some company for at least for the next few days, I suppose. I've been doing some reading into that topic that we were pursuing the last time we were together.
Would be worth investigating. I like that idea. And I'll turn and I'll look at Garp as he's like backstroking through the water. And I'll say, probably should just enjoy the next few days, especially because he's only just gotten out.
Yeah, I think we can take a few days, relax. If you do want to accompany me, I've got some leads on the mage that I was looking for, but the swamp's too dangerous just for you and I, Renatus. It would certainly help to have some backup out there. Maybe this is a chance for us to go and pursue that.
Absolutely. Me and Garp have business elsewhere as well. In particular, that has to do with the fact that he's not a frog now. I wonder what I have told him. I guess I would have... At this point, I've known Arrakis for a long time. I haven't sold him out. And I've worked with him a lot, so I probably would have told him a little bit about our backstory. I would have... No, I don't think I would have revealed everything yet, though. Because I would have wanted to know how Garp felt about that before I told everything. But I would have told him that we are actually family.
Yeah, well, I'm sure the two of you have at least some sort of business back home. But as I understand it, that's quite far away.
I hear that's where Grau's from.
Yeah,
I'll say, and I'll take a swig of my drink.
Visit his family as well.
Yeah, maybe we can. But, yeah, I think it's... We got a lot of ways we could go right now, and the question is, which one do we go to, and are we all going together?
Well, I can lay out my my leads here. The mage and his family lived in a town west of Valebrook called Wickish, which I don't believe any of us had visited, but it's not too far from here. And that's where I was planning to head next the last time we were in Valebrook. But I've since learnt that a Lord Sackmore, his name was, his family lives in Roselook. As far as I can tell, they ransacked the city of Wickish back in the day and gathered up any books or any sort of information that might have been around leading to Sigris. So, I've not been to Roselook before. I may have passed through it briefly on my way down here, but we could certainly head up that way. I don't think the journey would be particularly dangerous, but any long journey on the road does have its dangers. But I would imagine that we may run into some problems with the, Lord Sackmore's family when we get there. But if there's any leads to where Sigris's tower is, it'll be in Roselook. It'll be held by them.
Did you got anything to say about Lord Sackmore there, James? Not James. Jan? I heard a snort coming from your microphone.
No, nothing. I just thought it was an interesting name.
Okay. Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. Just sensitive about my naming rights. Continue, Renatus.
Well, when we're finished with Lord Sackmore, I'll call him Lord Sackless. And I'll take a sip of my beer.
Nice. If we were going there, we would have to pass by Autumn's tower.
That's true, I guess. I assume we have a map that I can actually look at.
Yeah, I think you have a map. And if you zoom out, I will give you a little, you'd come this way to Jaden, then Keygate, across to Pipari, and then up into the woods near Roseluck.
Okay. So, we would
It is
head through the
212
maw.
miles.
It's a long way away. So this would be something that we would want to decide upon as a party. And say that's a pretty interesting direction to go, Arrakis. I'm not entirely against that. Plus, maybe it would do the kid some good to get on an adventure, stretch his legs.
Well, if it helps...
You'll hear Garp yell from the pond, Arrakis, come on in. The water's perfect.
Grau's gonna get up and run into the water and just splash in and hunt about and roll around in the water and swim and look for fish and just be a bear.
Garp will laugh with like a boyish charm that Arrakis hasn't seen since he was like a kid.
He's gonna like play hunt Garp in the water.
As
Garp will try and wrestle you.
Yeah. We'll do a little rest.
As they're frolicking, I'll say to Renatus and say, I've built up some gold over the last year or so while we've been working together on the shop. I wouldn't be opposed to paying you guys for your companionship on this journey. Maybe it would be good to get up some honest coin in his coin purse and get him back. Thinking like
roll against my strength check, Garp. Who wins the wrestling?
Come on.
You know what? That sounds like a great idea. Now that you're offering money,
Bear wins.
it sounds like a much more attractive proposition. And I'll kind of down the rest of my drink. And I'll say, let's tell the others tomorrow morning. But right now, I think we should go for a swim. And I'll get up and undress and tenderly walk out into the water with my old man legs.
Garp will like scream in excitement, like, yeah.
But I do not go deep because I cannot swim. So I just stand on the edge.
I don't go in the water, but I watch over them fondly. Feeling a sense of peace that really I haven't felt for since probably when I first killed Thalius by mistake.
Well, it sounds like everybody has a really nice day here on Monday, the 1st of April. It's the day that Malchus begins his ascent in the sky. It's also the holiday known as Oakwish. Which
As Garp is
No, go ahead.
As Garp is wrestling the bear, he feels that he's lost a strength, but he's gained 4 charisma. So now he's at 16 strength and 10 charisma instead of 6 charisma and 17 strength. It's a change that happened when he changed his form.
Nice. I'll update those overlays.
If I roll a 100 on a D100, is there a Hydra in this lake?
Let's not go there again.
Yeah, 100%. Roll it. Roll. Okay.
71. We're good. We're good.
No hydras. Just a little snake.
Just a little snake or two.
April 1st is Oakwish. It is the spring equinox. It is when Malchus, god of, humans and chaos, begins to rise in the sky, but it's actually not a holiday dedicated to him. It is a holiday dedicated to the transition into spring, where communities come together to plant trees, or sometimes like a single tree in an important spot. It is symbolic of the transition into spring, and it is a time of rebirth. Planting potted plants is another frequent method of celebration, as is the eating of candied acorns, almonds, walnuts, or usually some other nut that has been saved and preserved throughout the winter. And that is what our day is spent doing, I suppose, is swimming in the water, enjoying each other's company, maybe going back in and like helping people with the ceremonial planting of trees in and around town on the far side of the road, because the town's at the edge of the forest and people are slowly extending the forest out to the other side. And it's a nice little peaceful day.
During the celebrations, I'm assuming that I've been in town for a while. I know people here, right? Do I have a couple of friends, maybe someone who's more intelligent than your average person? I'm kind of looking for someone that I can say, hey, I paid my rent up front of my shop. I'm going on a bit of a journey. There is some stock left over.
Oh, the potter next door.
Do you think you could like look after my shop for me whilst I'm gone, I'd be happy to pay you for it.
They'll keep an eye on it, but they don't want to be in charge of selling your wares. That's beyond they've got their own shit going on, right? Who's just lounging around can take a job for a month on the fly with no exact end date?
People are looking for jobs, I mean, right? Somebody's looking for a job.
I mean, yeah, but the sort of people who are looking for jobs aren't necessarily the sort of people you would trust with this on the fly.
What's
you'll essentially shutter your shop until you come back.
Can I talk about the money situation then? I'm assuming that I've earned some money. I'm assuming that my rent costs me some money. Do we want to look at that and sort of track that, or do we want to just say that?
Well, in the notes that I have over here, your shop runs through periods of feast and famine. Like, someone will come through and buy a shit ton of wares for their spells, and you will make bank, and then you just won't have customers for days or weeks or even months.
Yeah.
But you're still paying out all of your costs, and then someone will come through and buy a bunch of shit.
I'm sure that I give orders to Autumn, right? Could I maybe on the way
Garp has been your between you and Autumn.
On the way to Roselook, I could maybe bring some supplies to Autumn and just say, hey, I'm not going to be around for a few months. This is the kind of stuff you're usually asking for. This is what I've got left in stock. You can pay me now.
Well, what if she doesn't want it?
Yeah, like I say, you can. Well, because it's the kind of thing she usually buys. Like she's always ordering X, Y, and Z. So I'll be like, these are the things you would usually order. This is what I've got left in stock. Better than them going to waste behind closed doors. You can take them now and pay me when I return, or something like that.
I think most components are non-perishable goods. I think a few things require something that is perishable.
Sorry, yeah, but she's my best customer, and I'm not going to be around, and she might need components, and I don't want to leave her in the lurch by not being open.
You could, but what if you show up and she says she doesn't need any of these things and doesn't want to overstock them, and then you're just carrying around
she's gotta
components.
watch it for you.
Like, you're setting yourself up to be carrying a bunch of crap that you don't want to get rid of but could encumber you. And you have to haul this shit all the way to a swamp just on the off chance that maybe she wants it right now. Like,
I think that I will speak to my Potter friend, the guy who lives next door in the next shop over. And I'll say, if Autumn, the wizard, comes to town when I'm not here, I've prepared a box of the kind of components that she usually wants inside the store. If you could, if she turns up, is the key. If you could let her in and get these for her and take the money and mind it for me, I'd be grateful.
All right. Gives Potter friend key.
Yeah, but he is my friend. I'm assuming. Yeah. And I've looked after.
You take him out for drinks.
I've looked after his shop in the past when his wife's been sick. He's looked after mine from time to time. We've got a mutual arrangement as the traders in town.
Hey, I looked after his wife when he was sick. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Hey, for a little, at night when you're asleep, you're next to your wife, and an unseen servant sneaks into the room, rolls under the covers.
All right. Harrison's got your key, and the party is off. The party's going off to Roselock, a faraway town. It's on the other side of the swamp. It's actually a different kingdom altogether. It is the kingdom.
It's still in the Verasi Empire?
Oh, it's still in the Verasi Empire, absolutely. It is the kingdom of Agaron. Agaron?
Agaron?
Ageron is what my little tiny scribble says. I really should.
I'm saying it's Ageron.
I think I was about to say Ageron. Yeah.
Ageron, yeah, that sounds cool.
Ageron, that makes more sense. Okay. I really should make better notes.
So Harrison is the name of the Potter, is that correct?
Yes.
My good friend Harrison. You'll never guess what his second name is.
Ford.
Yes.
Jones.
Harrison.
He's not a
Jones,
noble.
yeah.
He doesn't have a second.
That's true.
You fools. Okay. All right, party. Well, it should just be a nice, easy, pleasant adventure to Jaden, to Keygate, through the swamp, and on your way to Roselock, right? What could possibly go wrong?
Nothing. Is Falaror the capital of the kingdom?
Yes, it is.
So we might be intrigued to visit Falaror as well, since we'll be close to it.
Yeah. All right. There is only one last tiny piece of logistics before our party is good forever. And I think this had come up last time, but we got slightly side railed with other activities. We were going to talk about the expenditures, because if we do paying for rooms and food every time we stop at a town, there's just a lot of calculations and math. But there is a quick and dirty way
expenses, baby,
of doing expenses and formula. A quick and dirty formula for managing expenses.
You quite like what?
We did this in Hardcore Heroes. I think it's 50 gold per level per month.
Oh yeah, no, I like this a lot.
So you just have
and
to.
then we would just pay up.
And if you want to
front.
buy more shit, then you got to pay for it.
Yeah. Let's just find.
Wait, we're 50 gold per month per level, so I would be paying 200 gold a month right now to maintain my
person?
character.
Hold on. It is a variable amount. It's. I'm just trying to look
There's
at
probably
the
like
table
high
here.
class taverns, like low class taverns.
Ow.
All right, player character living expenses. There are 4 quantities of levels of lifestyle. There is a squalid lifestyle, a poor lifestyle, middle class, and wealthy. And so depending on which one, it costs different amounts. If you want to live a squalid lifestyle, it's only 3 gold a month that you're living on dirty straw in leaky stables and muck-floored huts outside the walls of town. Contempt and random violence. These typify squalid conditions. Characters living like this aren't likely to be robbed, since no one thinks they have any money, but they may be tormented or attacked just for the fun of it. Their legal protections will be few indeed. There's the
Average British person.
It's, listen, if you need to live on straw out on the streets, that's a lifestyle choice, okay?
poor conditions. In poor conditions, characters benefit from some legal protections, although there are general indifferences to their troubles. They may also cope with a high level of violence, periodic robberies, and random fights. The middle class lifestyle, which is 50 gold per level, it's quite expensive, tends to be safe and somewhat boring. Characters receive adequate protection and will not be the main target of most burglars. Thieves are generally attracted to homes of the wealthy. And then there's the wealthy lifestyle, which is 200 gold per level. Wealthy people receive the greatest benefits, but also must deal with the highest levels of deceit, trickery, and treachery. Nearly all with wealth are drawn into dangerous political maneuverings, mainly to protect their own privileges. Upon building or claiming his own stronghold, a player character suddenly acquires a whole new set of expenses. The characters no longer pay living expenses, but must pay for the maintenance of his property. That's an entirely different class. So, guys, do you want to be living squalid, poor, or middle-class lives?
Well, how much money do I have?
We're just going to keep your money the exact same as it was before and just assume that it's been a wash over the year.
But can I say that I'll pay the party like 20 gold each for this and then call it a wash? Or not?
I don't...
He wants to be able to pay the party for this, like,
To come on this mission
adventure.
with me.
Well, just pay out of your pocket right now. Don't you have tons of money?
I got 100 gold.
Yeah, 20, 40, 60. Done.
Oh, but we're poor.
Wait, sorry, I've got 38 gold, sorry.
Well, I
Library
guess
costs.
you're going to have to owe him the money out of your cut
Hey,
from the profits.
Hey, times were tough.
You know? Feast
Surely
of famine.
I mean, but I must have made some money, no? Is it not?
Yeah, but like you've made money, but you also have expenses that have had to be paid for. You probably haven't had a customer in a little while. Things are looking a little bit tight, you know? I guess we're in one of those famine periods of your character's existence.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you're running low on money, and now you need to go on a fucking adventure.
Yeah,
to
that's
fund the
fine.
shop.
You're treading water.
I just don't know that I would have offered to pay them if I didn't have the gold to pay them, you know? But I guess what I'll do is I'll pay them 5 gold up front each.
Yeah.
And then we'll pay the rest once the job's done.
One thing you'll notice Garp wearing, now that he is a human, is he wears a innate, highly adorned silver locket. Worth, you think, probably, you know, it could be worth 2,000 gold.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
That's actually hard to ignore, so I will bring that up to you at some point. It's kind of hard to miss, right?
Yeah, you'll see him. He won't wear it in town, so you didn't see him in town. But when we start to go off on our adventure, you'll watch him put it on, and it will be like this gaudy fucking piece.
Are we talking like a sort of like a rapper's amulet? It's
Like it
fucking
was
massive.
like it was a queen's jewel.
Nice.
Is
Holy
what it'll
shit.
look like. Like a queen would wear it around her neck.
Holy fuck, okay. In fact then, let's say we're leaving the town at the start of our adventure, and you put this thing on. I'll say, God, what the hell is that thing?
This is my mom's. And he'll like kind of take it off and like hand it to you like it's nothing.
I take it and look at it and I say, what, is your mother the queen of the land of far, far away?
Well, she is
What?
the queen of,
I look at Renatus.
Vantis.
Yeah. Is the Queen of Vantis. She disappeared when I was 18, actually. We haven't seen her,
I've read about that. I had no idea that I was in the presence of royalty. You know,
He'll kind of, like, hold his hand out for the locket back.
I hand it to you and say, all this time you just needed a beautiful princess to give you a kiss and you would have turned back to normal, eh?
Sadly, my whole family had to die. And then he'll kind of, like, touch the back of his neck a little bit. And then he'll open the locket up and, like, show you. And on the inside, you'll see, like, a very tiny, hand-painted, must have been done by, like, an expert artist, because it's so small, portrait of him and his family. It'll have his father, I don't remember his dad's name off the top of my head, something
Scorpio.
nefarious.
Or Farquaad.
Can't remember his name. His mother, Cheese, nefarious. It'll have the uncle in the background with the uncle and the wife, and then him being the only son. And you'll also see like a young boy next to Renatus in the family portrait.
I don't say anything about that. And I say, that's a beautiful family. It's a shame about your mother. I hand it back to you.
He'll take it back and I'll say, I'll see her one day. And he'll kind of put it back on and continue walking.
Yep. Yeah, okay. I go back to walking.
This was the only thing that she actually left, and I found it under my door the night before she was gone. He shrugs.
Well, it's a beautiful piece. And, you know, if you do ever find yourself down on your luck, you could live a rich man's lifestyle with that for the remainder of your years.
He'll shake his head. I would never sell it.
I respect that.
Is it... Do you think it's worth a lot of money? He kind of asks you.
Yeah, almost certainly.
He'll kind of take it off. Just keep it hidden then. I couldn't wear it when I was a frog. And then he'll put it in his bag.
Yeah. It's while you're doing this, while you're walking down the road and you're talking about this and it's worth a lot of money and you're saying, no, well, I should put it back, that there is a disturbance at the edge of the woods, and stepping out from the woods is a group of what are sometimes referred to as broken men. This refers to usually veterans who have returned home from war, who have found that the situation is not as great as it used to be, and they're out of options, and there's no employment, and so they resort to banditry. Now, the Empire is still alive,
They tend
thriving.
to post in Reddit threads a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. The Empire is still thriving, so it's not like there's not, the situation's a little bit different. But they are clearly former soldiers or former mercenaries who have ended their contracts and are living off the land, if you catch what I mean. And they must have overheard this bit of conversation because the group begins to step out from the woods. And with that, we're going to take our break, and we're going to come back on the other side with a little bit more Save or Die Outcasts. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Save or Die Outcasts. As we had said, you're walking down the road, you're talking about this jewelry when the bushes begin to move and coming down out of the woods is this group of clearly former soldiers, what we're going to call broken men, who come up to the edge of this little cliff thing over here and look down at the party from where they're standing. And they will...
They're on a cliff. Okay.
It's just a slight cliff, yeah. And they'll look down and be like, so, friends, what's that you got over there that you're putting away?
None of your business. I suggest you go back into your forest if you value your lives. You'll find easier prey than us.
Well, why don't you just drop that on the ground right there, and then you can go on your way, and everyone will be happy, and you won't have to dirty your blood.
How high is this cliff here, Neil?
This one here, it's about the same size as this one.
Which is...
Actually, no, not this one over here is maybe like 12 feet, the upper one, and then this one is maybe about 8 feet. It's a little bit lower. You're near the end of this.
Grau is gonna lean into Garp. Is this a robbery?
Do they have weapons drawn?
No, they're not drawn, but they're out. But they're clearly at their sides. Everyone seems to be having a short sword, except for the leader who's talking, who has an arming sword.
Are we getting robbed right now?
I holding the attention of the leader, I start to back up a little bit.
So exciting.
I finish putting everything in my bag. I'll whisper back, I'm not sure, and I'll speak up if Renatus doesn't first.
I'll say,
these people on the right begin to lower themselves, like sit and slide down. Mm-hmm.
We don't need trouble.
As this is happening, Neil, I would like to jump off this cliff. I would like to jump off this cliff down here.
Now, that will trigger initiative. At that point, you hop off the cliff. These people are already lowering themselves down, and we should now roll in, because you're not doing that backwards. And even if you are, that's a really weird thing. So you're clearly beginning to run, and they sense blood in the water, and they're in it.
Are any of them drawing ranged weapons? This is going to change my actions. Like, I'm looking.
You do not see any ranged weapons at this moment in time.
All right.
Okay. Initiative?
Initiative.
I can move to, back here, yeah?
No, you're going to stop right where you were at the bottom of the cliff. Yeah.
Can I see them?
Not right here, you can't.
Yeah, but, can I take one step back?
Sure.
Yeah, okay. But now can I see the guys at the top?
Oh, you want to see if you can see the guys on that. So that's 8 feet, and then it runs over 20 feet. Yeah, but you're 6 feet tall almost? That's fine. Yeah, you can see them.
Cool.
Tippy toes, Neil or Dick.
Damn.
Well, it says sailor in the chart, but it shouldn't say sailor, but we're going to leave it as that. Growl.
Oops, I forgot to roll. Hold on 2 seconds.
So something we should always be doing, but we're always failing to do. I'm just going to go down the table of the party real quick and have everyone declare their actions, just generally speaking what it is that you rolled initiative for. So we're going to start with Growl. What are you rolling initiative for, Growl?
Turning into a bear and riding an attack.
Excellent. So we're going to add 3 to your initiative because you didn't modify it by anything, and attacking as a bear is going to be modified by 3, so it's going to be sort of 6.
I never know what to modify by at all except for the movement button. I don't know how to...
Excellent. Yeah. Arrakis, what are you doing?
Casting sleep.
And Renatus, what are you doing?
I am basically preparing to attack anyone who gets close to me.
All right, and
sort of move close to my party.
I'm preparing to either attack anyone who gets close to me, or at this point, if they're starting to draw weapons, I will even take a step forward and attack from range 2.
Okay, so it sounds like Renatus and Garp and Grau are all in a defensive. I'm not necessarily running towards the enemy, but I'm getting those that are coming towards me. Was it the same for you, Grau, or are you going headlong into battle?
I guess I would kind of follow the party, but I think I would, stand my ground here.
Okay, excellent.
Can I make an argument here?
Yeah?
I feel like at this point, before even initiative happens, I feel like you should get ready to tax when they're so, obvious of what they're about to do. Like, if people were starting to come down this, I think, if someone came forward, I would get it ready to attack. Do you disagree?
I completely disagree.
Okay, cool. That's fine.
Cool. First person to go is this one up here, who is going to take their action to lower themselves, put their hands on the side of the cliff, slide down a little bit, and just sort of slide off the cliff, and they will take a step forward and draw their short sword. Next up is Grau, who shape changes and becomes a bear. And then you are readying, you're waiting, you're sort of guarding the area.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up is this other one over here, who also was sort of coming down, sliding, and then stepping, drawing their weapons. But you're now a weird bear-looking thing. Arrakis, you had rolled in with a sleep spell.
Yes. I reach into a pouch and pull out a handful of sand and mutter the magic words, which are...
Pocket sand.
Enter night. And then I cast sleep on as many as I can see. I'm assuming sleep isn't AoE. It says all targets have to be within 30 feet each other. Mm-hmm. So if I target it like here, I can... Because I think the wording of the spell is quite confusing. So I think in the past we've had it, you can choose which people are affected. And now I think we're playing it AoE, so it's just based on a point.
You should never be able to choose your targets with sleep in 2e.
It's just the way it words. All creatures to be affected by the sleep spell must be within 30 feet of each other. It doesn't have like an AoE. It just says they have to be within 30 feet of each other.
Yep, cool. Which is just an awkward phrasing.
Great, okay.
Gotta love the 80s.
I bang it in the middle here to try and hit at least the leader and as many other people as I can.
Well, roll me 2d4 for how many hit dice of creatures are affected.
Yes, sir. Looking for a 6 on this. A 5.
5. All right. Immediately, this one will fall asleep. Where is the sleep button? And this one will fall asleep. Boo, boo. Renatus Fur.
Seeing these two guys move over here, I will take a step. I don't want them getting around me to Arrakis. Especially because he's our spellcaster, so I'm going to take a step to the left.
Oh, sorry, Neil. Can I move after I cast or not? There was...
Nope. 5 steps. Or 5-foot step. But that's it.
So even after casting, yeah?
Yes. The last session we looked it up. It's a no move action to cast spells.
Nick, what's your dex?
7.
Thank you.
Renatus, you move here in your readying actions, or are you guarding, or
I think I'm going to take a defensive stance. Can I do that? Can I swap my action since no one came in range?
Well, before your action was sort of like you're watching the area, you're attacking people who are coming in. That's kind of the vibe I was getting from you. That's what you've rolled in to do. Do you want to?
I will
you kind of get to declare how big
attack.
of a zone you're protecting, right? You could be
already an attack, and can it be a 2-weapon fighting attack?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, already a 2-weapon fighting attack for anyone who comes close to me.
All right, perfect. The bandit leader will, there's the sand fills the air, some people begin to fall asleep, someone turns into a bear, and the leader will call out, "Looks like we've got enchanters and illusionists, boys. Go tackle the bear. I'm sure he's just, altered self," and he himself will lower himself off the cliff. Actually, he's a big boy. He'll take the d6 falling damage as he hops off the 10-foot cliff, taking just 1 point.
Wow, this guy's a fucking charter.
Bracing himself very carefully, and he will walk up to the bear, fully expecting it to be not a druid, but like someone who's used an illusion to alter their appearance. And he will bring his arming sword out against you. That did not work. Let's just roll it this way.
Oh.
It's a critical hit against you, bear.
Yeah, hit
You'll
me.
roll
Hit
for 6 plus 1d. Whoops, not 1d87, but we'll take the 6 because it's within the range.
Bullshit.
No, that's fuck off.
Roll
That's
it again,
not in the
Neil.
range.
It's
Re-roll.
It's fine. We're gonna take 12 damage here.
That is.
If I had,
He's
it's within the
consistent.
range of
He
1
always
to
does it. He
8.
always does
It's
it, but
very
it's bullshit.
consistent.
But it's bullshit.
It makes sense.
If I'd have rolled that, you would have made me re-roll it. But
If it's within the range of the thing that you did, then you're not getting an unusual distribution. It's not
Write it
outside.
down.
12 points of damage to the bear. It's a nice, beautiful critical hit.
Sure.
This person had already rolled in to attack, and he's just going in straight towards Garp with his short sword. That's a 9. No good on Garp. He'll stab at you, but your glaive can keep him at bay. This bandit is asleep.
When do I get to use my ready to attack here?
Oh, right now, actually. Actually, as he walls you, please. Thank you. I forgot.
I fucking thought. All right,
Yeah.
Bear Claw number 1. 7.
He ducks under the blow.
Wait. Is
Bear
he really
claw.
only with the +1?
Yeah, he's a druid.
Level 3? Still
Level
just
3 druid,
+1?
+1. Yeah.
He doesn't get a strength bonus or anything.
He doesn't have a strength bonus.
Okay. Not in
I'm a
bad
bear.
form, that is what I meant.
You need to have 16 strength, but no.
Okay.
Attack number 2.
Bear Claw number 2.
That
19.
That is a critical
Crit.
hit. That does clear by 5. You will impact him with your claws for double damage.
Get impacted, fool.
And then another D3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's 4 total damage.
Yeah. 4 total
That's-
damage as you slice open his face. And it's an illusion. You're just a wizard with a dagger who got lucky, right? And he knows that the pain in his face that he's taking here, this isn't a bear claw. This is a dagger that might have struck him that he just can't quite process as a dagger, and he's seeing it as a bear claw, but he knows. He knows this is all fake.
It's entirely
And,
I
Hit
hit
him
him.
with the bite.
Third attack. Bite.
Let's go.
Oh.
10.
Is a 10.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait.
he will.
I will say, thanks to our most based chatter, Sealan Verheiser, that Garp should get an attack when that guy enters his range
Why?
with it, because he's got a reach weapon.
Why does that do that?
Does
Or
it
is this
not?
person
Yeah.
making things up?
Rule check.
Wait, why?
This guy
why
is
would it?
this guy is reliable and probably knows
It's
more about
pronounced
Tui than all
Zealand
of us.
Verheizer.
Okay, well there you go. Zealand
You get an
Verheiser.
opportunity attack by people getting past a reach 2 weapon. I didn't know this. Let's see.
I think you do.
I don't know why we're taking advice from random chatters.
Because he's not a random chatter now. I'm telling you, this guy is
are
not a
you
random
reliable?
chatter.
I don't know. All right, let's see.
There's not a single person in chat that I would trust more than this guy.
What would this even be under?
I don't see it here.
Okay, let's play on. We can always roll the opportunity attack. I'm going to find it.
No, we're here.
Okay.
We're here. We're just gonna do it.
What would this be called?
I'm looking.
It's important to know this because
Melee weapons?
you're always going to be using this weapon.
Yeah, I agree.
Would it be in the player's handbook or would it just be in the...
We're looking in the player's handbook. That's where we're starting. That's where all the
yeah.
rules start. And Nick, they're all random chatters, just by the way.
Combat and
Okay.
tactics.
The weapon size, damage.
He says it thinks it's in combat and tactics, and also don't put me
Yeah,
on the
but-
spot like that. Sorry, buddy. Sorry. But it is important.
You're the one who put yourself on the spot. You're the one who decided to backseat. Now you gotta back that shit up, homie.
Well, yeah, I mean, if he knows the ruling, he should know where it is, no?
Someone has decided that the rules aren't played fairly, and the whole game has come to a grinding halt. Because someone
Absolutely.
not in the game
All right.
made a
okay.
comment, and one of the players has said, "But DM, someone says maybe it should be ruled differently." Sorry, Nick.
I trust this
That
guy.
is what Nick sounds like.
That is what it sounds like, but I don't know where it would be though, so we might be kind of fucked, you know.
Well,
Don't worry, I'm looking.
Great if when people made these sorts of accusations, they could say, "Here's a page number and a book in which it can be found."
True.
That would be great.
And see, this happens to me all the time. Whenever I stream Civ, someone will be like, "Hey, Potato, doesn't this thing work this way?" And I will literally move over, click on the thing they just told me to do, and it'll be completely wrong. So I've actually started banning people who do that. If you give me wrong info, it's a ban.
no, the rule in my chat is you can backseat, but only if you know what you're talking about. And if you don't know what you're talking about, you get blown the fuck up for like 5 minutes straight.
Yep.
It's not under the melee reach section.
Yeah, I've just seen that myself.
Well, let's just make sure we do this thoroughly. Let's see.
It's fine. Let's just move on, and I'll find in between
I
sessions.
want to make sure
No.
that we set the precedent that we
God.
ignore the people. Let's see. Attack of opportunity. Missile fire, retreats, withdrawing, overruns, limits to... Page 13, maybe? Page 13. Attacks of opportunity occur when a threatened creature ignores the enemy next to it or turns its back on a foe. The threatening enemy gets to make an immediate attack against the threatened creature. Attacks of opportunity, blah, 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 blah. A creature cannot make more than one attack, blah, 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 blah. So when you ignore the enemy next to you or turn your back on a foe, there's nothing here about moving in from range and getting a free attack of opportunity. It's not a rule. We're going to ignore all advice all chatters ever give for all time.
I'll never mention it again.
Thank you. Thank you. Whose turn is it?
The
the sailor.
I just missed with a 10 on this guy.
Yes,
with
you
my
did.
bite.
Excellent. All right, this guy who lowered himself last time is going to come on over. And Garp, you may look like a bullywug in this map, but you are human now. You are man. And he will slash at you with the short sword, which is I think a modified 20 is another critical hit for 3 points of damage total. It's a minor wound against your hulking human muscles, and you're fine 11 hotness form. And it is now your turn, Garp, master of the glaive, or specialist of the glaive.
All right, I'm going to reach to weapon. Going to attack the person in front of me with my sweet ass glaive.
Good God.
Natural one.
You should have given them the amulet.
Saving throw versus death.
No,
Dude.
no.
Imagine time skipping just to TPK.
All right, initiative, everybody. No second attacks yet. Let's start it off.
So everyone's looking relatively okay at the moment, so I think I've got a turn to set something up.
Okay, Neil, explain to me one more time. I'm so sorry. What do I modify my initiative by if I want to
3.
attack someone? 3. Is that's usually what I go for if I'm not doing something else, right?
For a bear, all your melee attacks are going to be 3. All your movement is 3. Most things are 3, unless you have a weapon or a spell, or a potion or a ring.
Got it.
One, 2, 3, 4. So Rakkus, you are casting Spectral Hand. Garp, you're just gonna fight with the glaive.
I gotta fight, bro.
Renatus, you're fighting. Pichal, you're fighting. Everyone is fighting. Starting with the Rakkus.
Fantastic. So I reach into... Wait, do I reach into a pouch? Let me just check. No, I don't. I mutter some magic words and summon a spectral glowing hand that floats near me for the time being.
All right, I will give you a hand with which to play. This character over here, this guy, is coming up towards Renatus, who still has a ready to action.
You're goddamn right I do.
Go ahead and make
I
your
will
2 attacks.
blast him with a natural 20 on my arming sword. It's a
But what if
3.
you rolled a 3 instead?
And then I
Just
will,
what if?
I will attempt to blow their back out with my offhand -2 dagger attack. Kadumph. With a 13.
And that hits. Your dagger finds purchase in their flesh, drives through for 3 points of damage, and they will let out a loud yarp before they
Yarp.
make their attack against you, which is an 11. No good.
You hear my ankles creak as I dodge this attack.
Ooh. Garp, the one who just approached you at the end of the round that you just missed against, will roll a 15 against you, wounding you for another 4 points of damage, and growl. This bandit leader is squaring you down, and he's still shouting encouragements that you're just an illusion. You're not real.
Yeah, Growl's gonna fuck this guy up. Bear Claw number 1.
Natural one.
Fuck me.
That's what he's trying to do.
It's okay, we're getting rid of the bad rolls this session, okay?
Bear
Good.
Claw number 2. Let's fucking go.
Boom.
That will clear by 5. That is a critical hit because it's a natural 18 and it clears their AC by 5. So 4 plus another 1d3. Oh my god, max
7 damage.
Yeah, this claw attack, slashes his open chest area. I mean, he's got some leather armor on, but not anymore because it rips open his chest and blood begins to drip to the ground. And he calls out,
Does he still?
It's just an illusion.
And the bite. I'm going for the throat here.
It's a 10. Ugh. Maybe your claw attack has pushed him back a step as he stumbles, and then the bite comes down where his neck would have been. The bandit captain is going to take his turn. He rolled in for combat, and he's going to engage you with combat. He criticaled you last round, and it was a good blow. So he's going to take his arming sword. He's going to feint for your head, and then drive towards your chest. With again, I seem
He
to
strikes
have...
you with bandit arming sword tact.
It's another natural 1, and it is a wild and total miss.
This is a comedy of errors. This whole battle.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why that's not working. He will get a second attack at the end of the round, though, because he's specialized. The next soldier is coming on up to Renatus, stabbing at you with the short sword. It's a 7. It's a miss. And our last soldier, our last broken man, will stab at Garp with a modified 20. Another critical hit for 3 + 5, 8 points of damage on you, Garp. That's a grievous wound into your side, as Renatus will take his turn.
Nick,
Sorry?
you're muted.
No, I'm not.
Your turn. Oh, Renatus. I'm an idiot.
Oh, sorry.
He thought he said Arrakis.
I didn't hear my name.
Renatus.
I was reading the thing that Nick just posted. I am going to make a 2-weapon fighting attack on the person I have already wounded. I'm going to swing with my arming sword. Whoosh, a 7. Misses entirely. And then I will whip back around with my old man speed, slapping them with a 11. My dagger,
Ugh.
missing them.
Both of them are misses. These guys are all armored in leather with short swords. Light, fast, just enough protection to keep themselves alive, and it is working for them. Garp, you're down to 5 out of 20. You just got out of prison yesterday. Is this really how it's going to be for you?
I rolled into fight. I get 2 attacks this round. Fuck it. I attack with my glaive. Here's attack number 1 on the person in front of me. Miss. I'm at the end of the initiative. Can I do my second?
The bandit captain will get a second attack first, which I should stop rolling that button because it does the same thing every time. It's a 19, it's a natural 17, modified 19, not a critical hit, but it will hurt you, glacial bear, for 7 points of damage, bringing
Jesus
you
fucking
dangerously
Christ.
low. You're only at 5 now. Garp, second attack.
15.
Hits. And the huge amount of damage will instantly drop and kill one of these bandits before you.
How does he
Right.
die? Is it
Garp?
gory?
Tell me.
Cut in half.
I use my glaive and I strike right down and I cut him from top to bottom.
Oh, you bisect him.
Yeah.
Fatality.
There's like
Your
a
muscles
vampire
will work.
movie from back in the day where one of the vampires attacks like a house of hunters. And he just with his hand just fucking carves this guy from head to dick in half. I feel like that's what you've just done.
Well, that's the end of this round. 2 enemies are magically slept. 3 are fighting, and the leader is also here. Meanwhile, Grau and Garp are both at 5 hit points. Renatus is at full, but he's got 2 people on him. And Arrakis has a spectral handout, and he's chilling in the background, and he's totally fine. Don't even worry about it.
Classic wizard shit.
Classic wizard. Let's roll
You have lots of HP. Let me set something up. Party dies.
initiatives. With the short sword.
I'm rolling to disengage.
Excellent. That'll be a 3 then, sir.
I might just need to throw out my other sleep spell here.
Garp is
Actually,
disengaging. Grau is
I lied.
fighting. Renatus is
no, I'm
fighting.
missing.
I'm
fighting.
What the fuck were you doing with the spectral hand? This is what.
It lets him enable touch spells.
Yeah, I was going
I'm
to cast
fighting.
Chill Touch, but
Well, actually, I'm not. I don't.
All right. The first of these sailors, he's got Garp on the run. Garp is facing him. Garp's got the glaive with the reach, but he's using it a little bit closer in, keeping that haft slightly behind him. And the guy with the short sword, the former soldier in the army of Varasi, knows his opportunities here, and he's going to try a duck under the blade to one side and then come back on the other and stab at you with a 13, which is just barely under your AC. While the one
No,
facing...
it's not. You have to fix my AC. My AC is back to 10 because I'm a human.
Oh.
So it is a hit.
Well, that's a
it's
hit
for
for
4 damage.
4 points of damage, bringing you to 1 HP. Brutal.
Jesus.
While one of the sailors fighting, bandits fighting Renatus will thrust towards him with an 8 to hit. It's not very good. Renatus has got some pretty good cover on him. Arrakis, it's your turn.
I would like to sleep the guys that are fighting Grau and Garp, but I'm worried that the leader's too high hit die and the sleep will affect my allies instead.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I'm going to put it over here. And I don't know if I can position it such that it won't hit Renatus. Or I know that he's probably higher level than these two, so even if he's in the AoE, probably it won't.
Yeah, I think being able to hit both of these without hitting Renatus is a tough order.
Oh, I didn't mean the leader. I meant just these two.
Yeah, I'm saying like to hit these two,
Chuckle
Yeah.
Fox.
for them both to be within 30 feet without him being within 30 feet is maybe a little tough. Like the flow of combat, everyone's shifting around a little.
He's level 4, so unless I roll an 8 here, it should
be
just
fine.
be those two going to sleep.
Just don't roll super well.
2.
Well, you'll drop one of them. Roll me a d2. 1 is the left, 2 is the right. 2 is the right. Okay. The non-wounded one falls asleep. All right. This guy's dead. Garp, it's your turn. You're withdrawing, you say.
Yeah. I'm going to withdraw, and can I go down this cliff easily?
Yeah,
or
it's
is
only
this-
an 8-foot cliff, so if you hop or slide down, you will take 0 damage.
And I can move still?
Yep, and this guy can sort of follow after you, but he gets close to the bear, and he can't really... If he were to jump down, he would take an attack of opportunity.
How far can I actually go?
1/3 your movement speed, so 120 divided by 3 is 40 feet.
Okay, I'm going to move one more back.
Perfect.
We should have brought
Renatus
armor in
for-
town.
Yeah, we should have.
These are
Guys got
the
armor.
I
we're
forgot.
learning.
Ah, well, we're
I'll
about
take
to
their
get some
armor.
armor now, yeah.
True.
I should have
Renatus for-
14 AC, right? Why do I have 13?
You should have 14 AC. I don't know why. It said the wrong number, but there you go.
Boom. Oh, do you know what it is? I got one when I just leveled up. Oh, wait, no. They get them on odd levels. I don't know. Who knows? I'm going to attack. It's not important. I'm going to bring my arming sword straight at this person's face. I'm going for the kill. I miss wildly.
Oh my god, dude. Come on.
Your
Jesus.
dagger. You're a
This
dagger
is-
master.
I'm a master of the dagger here. Boom. And I miss again. These are rough rolls, lads.
That's
These are-
brutal.
This is the easy combat to get everyone back into the flow of the game, and the party is actually wiping to it. It wouldn't be
That's how the dice
save or
work,
die.
man.
Yeah. Renatus, you is looking bad, but you're still at full HP, while this former soldier, he would... Well, he is wounded. There's magic.
Reposition to here without taking an opportunity because that guy's asleep.
That's
now.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna reposition.
This guy
slightly.
will make a morale check. We're just going to roll it the old-fashioned way. 2d10, low is good, high is bad. This is not going his way. He is going to just take a withdrawal action and sort of back up in this direction towards his boss. You can follow after him if you want and kind of continue to corner him since you didn't use much of your movement. Or you can stay where you are.
Should I follow? I mean, I'm still pretty good, but I could die pretty easily. But I think following might be a good move. If I glance at Grau, is he fighting?
Yeah.
I'm in. I'm following.
All right, you can follow him to there.
Yes.
He backs to this position if you're following, leaving you to back all the way next to him and the bandit leader, or not?
That's a spooky moment. I think. Can I follow to here?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll follow to here.
All right. The
go at the same
bandit
time.
leader and Growl go simultaneously. Growl, why don't you resolve your actions first?
All right, this is it.
Hey, I'm on the opposite side of that leader.
Come on, boy.
Advantage.
Let's fucking
Flanking's
get
only
him with-
5e.
We want the crit on the bite here. Channel Archie.
All right, claw number 1 for Growl.
Let's
16.
go. Okay,
Good hit.
For 2 damage.
Not great.
Claw
He's
number
got
2
2 more attacks.
Let's
15.
go.
for 2 damage.
Nice, dude. Stop rolling fucking ones.
These
And
guys
the
surrounded.
bite. He's going for the face.
It's a crit.
It's the face bite. 16
Wow!
for 5 damage.
It's not an illusion! He calls out in panic.
It's a bear!
It's actually a bear! The bandit leader calls out as he takes his action, which was withdrawing. He had rolled in to get the fuck out of here, and that's what he does, leaving his friend to kind of, I don't know, take these attacks. He can go also up to 40 feet, so that will put him over here at the end of his round. And no second attacks this round, but initiative. One more time, everybody.
We're gonna celebrate one more time.
Oh wait, I already cast Spectral Hand. Sorry, I meant to cast Chill Touch.
Perfect.
So my initiative is 2, not 1, not 3.
Excellent.
Obama.
Abomna.
Bomna.
Well, no.
We're abombing.
We need to bring back a Bomna.
He's a great character.
I don't know. I was watching this debate that Stephen did the other day, and when someone was asking a question, they were like, "Oh, and also Abomna," and no one laughed. And I was like, "That's cringe in real life."
Yeah, you can't. You gotta time it right.
I think the best one is when the OG Obama clip, you know.
Yeah.
So my Spectral Hand, which until now has been floating near me, charges out up the cliff towards the bandit leader to attack him. The range is 30 yards plus 5 yards per level, so we're looking at a 45-yard range, so easily in range.
Easily.
The Spectral Hand can get flank attacks and back attacks. Is this guy like... I try and get behind him to attack. I don't know if he'll turn to face the hand or if he's just running away, but I try and get a back attack with it.
I'm sorry, you're trying to get a back attack on this guy?
On
The leader,
the boss.
you said.
Yeah.
Over here.
Oh, maybe my pings aren't coming through. No, he's facing
Right
you.
here.
He's withdrawing. So he is facing you. The spectral hand comes from your direction.
Well, why can't it go around the back?
How can you walk around? What?
No, but why can't the hand just float behind him?
Because it's going to be coming from your direction. Otherwise, like it's always getting a back attack, right? It'd be 100% back attack if you could actively
So you
control
make a
it.
spectral hand and it just like kind of comes for you
Okay.
like from the front?
Yeah, it's sort
Yeah,
of it
okay.
magics and it directs out from you, and so it'll always be frontal attack unless their back is to you.
Yeah, fine. So we're looking at a flat D20 here, because I don't think I get a +1 yet. Do I, Neil, until like level 5 or something?
Yeah, 4 or 5. I can't remember.
What is his touch AC?
His touch AC is going to be 11. He's got 1 from Dex.
Okay, so I get a +2 from using the Spectral Hand. So D20 +2, and I need an 11. I get an 18.
That is definitely a hit.
So this does... You need to make a saving throw versus spell.
Alrighty. Will this work? Saving throw versus spell is a failure.
Takes 1 damage and loses 1 point of strength.
Oh,
Right, and 1
interesting.
point of strength will do what for us?
I don't know.
Oh, it says in the spell.
If they're not
Fair.
rated for strength, they get a -1 to their attack rolls.
Okay. This guy is rated for strength. He will take a temporary -1 to his strength, bringing it down to...
I think the hand then returns to me at the end of the round.
Spectral hand. Let's see. Any touch attack from a 4th level spell is delivered by the hand, gives you +2 bonus to your attack. Cannot perform any other actions when attacking with the hand. The hand
No, it says it
returns to the-
returns if I take other actions, so I guess
Right.
it's still there for now.
Yep. So I think it's chilling near him.
Uh-huh.
And is vulnerable to magic attack, but has an AC of 22. Okay. Oh, but it's only magical. Oh, no. Okay. Is vulnerable to magic attack, but has an AC of -2.
And if it takes any damage, it's dismissed.
Right. Okay. Well, that is your turn. Growl, you're going, Growl. There's this guy next to you.
Yeah. I'm in a fucking blood frenzy over here, okay? I'm being surrounded. I'm being attacked. There's like a cliff behind me. My friends are being attacked. I'm fucking going at these guys. Claw number 1. 10 is a miss. Claw number 2. 14 is a hit for 3 damage.
Nice.
And a bite on him for 16 is a hit. 3 damage.
Excellent. This sailor, this bandit, this broken man, who was convinced that by his leader that you're just an illusioned person, takes 3 attacks, damage from 2 of them, and is very well convinced that you're actually a bear. And the eyes go wide as he realizes, I'm not fighting a crappy mage with a dagger who's looking like a bear. I'm actually just fighting a bear. How is that man a bear? I'll figure that out later. First, I have to go shit myself. And our bandit leader just fucking runs. Ah!
Attack of opportunity from the hand or no?
No, it's not a weapon. This sailor right here, who was retreating last round, looks around to see that his bandit leader has fled. But one of you has fled. He's gonna check his morale one more time. 2D,
Low is good, high is bad.
10, high is bad. Yes, this person too will turn and run, provoking an attack of opportunity from both your weapons, as the battle is clearly not going in his favor.
Does the hand get an opportunity attack? No.
Does not.
I just
This is
asked
not a
him.
weapon.
All right.
Renatus, 2
Arming
attacks.
sword. Gadoosh. 13.
+2
He
for
turned
back
his
attack is a
back.
hit. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I clicked the wrong button. 1 damage. Nice. You want to take the 14 for the dagger?
Yeah,
Minus
that's
2.
fine. And roll me the dagger damage.
Boom, 2 damage.
All right. You slash him across the back, and you slash him across the arm as he turns
him in
and
the butt.
flees. Last but not least is the one who's fighting the bear. And obviously, you're a real bear now. And you know what you do when you face a bear? Because this guy knows what you do. He drops his weapon, and he falls to the ground, dead. But bear, I need you to pass me a wisdom check. A wisdom willpower check to see if you think you killed him or if you think he's playing dead. Because you're smarter than the average bear.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
25.
You can tell that this man is playing dead as he drops his weapon and falls prone. And I don't know what you want to do about that, but that's what's going down. Renatus, this is just happening out of the corner of your eye, so you just see the guy fall down. To you, he's probably dead. What's your call to what you want to do?
Well, I mean, from my perspective, the battle's over, right?
Except for these
Sheath
3
my
sleeping
dagger.
people.
I sheath my sword, and I assume I go over here and I start, get a little bit of rope or whatever I can find. I'll tie their hands together.
All right. Garp?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I actually moved up 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run all the way over here and pull out of my bag a manacle and key. And I'm going to lock this person up.
All right. This person is bound. Excellent. I think we can step out of combat now. It's
I'll
over.
drag them to Arrakis.
The
enemies are
guy
gone.
playing dead is still on the ground, right?
Yeah. That's the last question there, Grau. What do you want to do?
Yeah. Grau's gonna turn. He was a human before, so he's gonna turn into an orc now.
Mm-hmm.
I roll 1d6 for healing.
Nice.
That's 1.
Damn,
So
dude.
that's 10% of my missing health. 10% of 19 rounded down is 1. Did I do that right?
Yep. Yep.
All right. So
That's
I do
right.
6 health. And he's just gonna point at the guy and go, that guy's playing dead.
I'll call over. Put your weapons down and stand up. We're not going to hurt you like you try to hurt us.
He rolls a 1 on his intelligence check. He thinks you're talking about someone else, and his eyes are still closed, and he still lays on the ground.
I'll start dragging the person next to me just back this way.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I would like to finish tying this guy up with rope.
Yep. I assume someone has rope in their pack somewhere, right?
No,
I have rope.
I don't.
Okay.
We need to get this guy off the cliff without waking them up.
I just go up there and I rope him.
Yeah, okay, you
It'll
can't
take 50 feet rope.
I start.
Well, you don't want to cut your 50 feet of rope into two 25-foot ropes, do you?
Why not? I do it.
All right, please put 2 25 ropes on your character sheet instead of 1 50-foot.
Perfect.
Okay.
I'll call out. We need to restock in the next town. I'm missing a few things. And I'll start taking leather armor off of one of these people.
I was going to say, I sized
There's
them
also
up to see who's they're going to
guy
fit.
on the ground. Yeah. Of the 5 people that are here, you can find one of them. Their leather armor will fit you.
I put it on.
Excellent. Your AC is now 13.
I would like to. I'm going to explain to the party. Hey, listen. We gotta take every opportunity, every advantage that we possibly can. These aren't good men, okay? We don't care about their lives. We don't care about their hardships. They're out here doing bad things to good people. So we're gonna turn them in. We're gonna turn them in for the money, and we're gonna take all their equipment and all their stuff, take what we need, and sell it. Does anyone have a problem with that?
Not here.
Is there any money for turning them in?
Oh, I'm sure Law and Order, the local towns, they've probably had bandit attacks. We'll turn them in, even if it's just for the reputational bonus.
I think that's fine.
Town likes a hero.
How far are we out of the town, Neil?
Oh, 3 hours out of Swampside.
I'll yell for Grow. 1 sec, Nick. Grow, deal with that person. Get them up. Get him into this pile.
You mean the one playing dead, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Grow's just gonna grab him by like the collar and drag him over.
Comes the death cry.
It's okay. We're just gonna bring you back to the town. It's alright.
The eyes open. Where's the bear?
So, it's a bear? Did any of you see a bear?
What bear?
I chuckle.
I think you're in shock, my friend.
It was an illusion, my friend.
I saw it, says his friend. I saw the human turn into a bear. Then he turned into an orc.
What?
Quiet your
this
mumblings, madman. I don't know where you get off robbing people on the road, but you're lucky that we're nice enough here to spare you your lives.
Why did you guys even follow that guy? He basically ran the second you guys were in danger. You guys gotta
Over here
pick
and
better
check this guy.
leaders.
Well, there is no response to that, is there?
Is this guy dead?
Yeah.
What's the worst thing you've done out here? I'll ask them. And I'm checking to see if they're gonna lie.
One of them looks up at you square in the eyes and goes, "Well, your mom was pretty bad."
I will kick him hard in the face. And he can't resist the damage, can he? Like, he
Nope.
can't avoid it.
Nope.
What do you want? A 1d4? 1d3? 1d2?
D4. He's not able to move. You've got shoes on. They're not like, steel-toed boots, but if he can't move, that's a pretty good blow.
Yeah, I kick him really, really hard.
Good
Well,
kick.
I'll say to him,
s-
there's a time and place to open your mouth. This wasn't the time.
Nor the place. I say to the party, it's 3 hours back to town, and it would be quite an effort escorting these criminals back there. I personally don't really have much desire to turn them into the authorities. I say we take their weapons, we take their armor, and we leave them tied up. Somebody will find them, let them loose, or maybe a bear will find them, but that's the price they pay.
I think jail was good for me, and I think it'll be good for these miscreants. Maybe they can figure out something to do with their lives. I think we should turn them in, like Renatus suggested.
I'll also wave a hand at Garp, and I'll say he's in no condition to travel. Our best bet is to go back. I understand your urgency, but this tower has been hidden for how long? Decades? Centuries?
Centuries.
It can wait an extra 3 hours and maybe a few days to rest.
I'm afraid our friend here will need more than a few days to rest. His wounds are deep.
I'll point to Growl. He is healing, no?
I'll be okay. I'll be okay.
Oh, that's a good
I think
point.
No, like you could heal us, Growl, right?
Yeah.
I'd forgotten about that. You're right.
Turning them into the authority seems like the right thing to do. They broke the law, right?
We also sometimes break the law.
Yeah, but when we do it, we have a good reason. I laugh.
I don't break the law. You break the law?
These guys just wanted money.
Then, if we're going to take them back, Garp, would you be so kind as to help? Grau, would you be so kind as to help Garp here? He is wounded quite badly, and I'm worried about escorting these people back through the forest with our warrior here, so damaged.
Yeah. Grau can cast Cure Light Wounds.
How many times? Just once?
I think just once. The problem is I'm wounded too. I'm on 5.
Yeah.
Or I'm on 6.
Renatus, would you roll me 15d8 for the amount of copper you pick up off of these bandits?
Sure thing. 70 copper. I'll pop that in there. And if I could get like an inventory of the items we get, or if we go back to town, you can just convert it to whatever we're able to sell it
Yeah,
for.
just convert it, but we do want to like quick sell everything.
Yep. If you want to quick sell,
flash
it's not a
mob
problem.
sell.
Yes.
Yep.
I'm gonna roll D8 to heal Garp.
Thank you.
Nice.
No, that's
Nice
amazing.
roll. Yeah, that's great.
I'll ask the people who are awake. So what's your story? How did you get out here and start robbing?
Fucking orcs, one of them says, looking in the direction of Grau. We were working. Good work, good Empire soldiers. All of a sudden, a whole group of orcs come in, and we get the kick. We get kicked to the curb, because the orcs are better warriors. The orcs are better soldiers. The orcs are more disciplined. They're harder fighters. They don't have as, they don't need as good of food. So what did they do with the hardworking soldiers who have made this empire what it is? Tossed us to the side. I spit on Verasi. I spit on the empire. And I spit on you people who are provided protection by my blood and gave me nothing in return.
I'll crouch down beside him and I'll say, if you were a good enough warrior, you should have been able to beat an orc.
I also wonder what part of this situation makes you think that we need your protection.
You have spellcasters. Wasn't a fair fight.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize fights had to be fair.
You're
You
the
came
one
with
who
8
took the
people
fight.
from a cliff.
Anyway, get on your feet. Let's get walking. We haven't got all day sitting here talking about your sob story.
Yeah, we'll get him up and on the walk back if that's where we're going. I'll talk to Ren and say, prison gave me a lot of time to think, and I was really angry. Maybe we can meet back up with these people when their time's up and offer them a job. They don't seem like evil. They're just down on their luck.
I was thinking the same. The Empire is cruel and harsh, but I mean, these men aren't fit for work right now. I mean, look at them. They've been left broken. There's nothing left of them.
Let's give them some time, and if you would, tell them a place to meet us after they get out. Is it okay if I give them a few coin for them to get by after they're out?
Of course. You're your own man, Garp. You make your own decision. I can only advise you.
Appreciate it.
The
And
quick
on the
sell
walk-
on the... Oh, go ahead.
On the walk, I'll go up to each person because it's 3 hours, and I'll spend some time with them, talking to them about my time in prison, how I think they should get by, which jail they're going to be in, who's the cool officer, which one's the one who gives out a little bit more grub, and I'll advise them a bit. And at the end of the talk, if they're receptive and nice, I would give the receptive ones and the nice ones 2 gold. And if anyone's like, if there's like a mean one, I'll give them 1 gold.
Okay.
How much gold should I dole out?
Let's see. 1d20 plus 2d6. So the first one is just a total dick to you, right?
Give him
He's
1.
captured. He's not happy about being captured. The second one sees what's going on, and you were talking to the other guy. You gave him a gold. You're talking to him. Sometimes you end up in bad positions in life. All it takes to become a brigand on the wrong side of the law is a series of bad days. But at his heart of hearts, he's actually probably a fairly good, decent person. So he's nice.
I'll tell him that we're starting a company, and when he gets out, he can come see us. And I'll say we're at the Mystiques location, or at least where Mystiques used to be.
All right.
And I'll give him 2 gold.
Third guy's not ready to come to Jesus yet. And fourth guy is, in tears and sobbing and deeply appreciative of the advice you have to offer.
Okay. I give that guy 2 gold. I give the other guy 1 gold. And I give him the offer of come to Mystiques. We're starting a company. If you're down on your luck, we can pay you to do some odd jobs here and there. And tell him I forgive him.
That's very nice of you.
Is it obvious that you're going out giving money to them?
It's probably more of I'm having a conversation, we dap it up, we go for the hand thing for the 2 that are cool, and then the 2 guys who aren't so cool, you'll see I'll be all right, hold out your hand, and they'll hold out your hand and I'll drop a coin in. So it is somewhat obvious.
Okay. I find this odd, but don't say anything.
Well,
we walk back.
Okay. The party can get back to town. The short swords will sell for 10 gold each. So that is 50 gold for the short swords. The leather armor, there are 4 suits because Garp is taking one for his own. They're not in the greatest of shape, so they'll only sell for 2.5 gold each, which is another 10 for a total of 60 GP. How do you divide the 60 GP? Is it evenly between the party? 15 each?
Shit, that's quite a lot.
That is quite a lot.
Yeah, I'm gonna write that down under the 60 GP thief XP.
Not quite, but
No.
close.
So are we
not
playing
stealing.
it 4 ways?
Yeah, we can. That's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
So what do we all get?
I'll take it.
15 each.
Okay.
It's good going.
I'm at 43 then.
All right. 15 each. Garp, you still have, one more transformation for the day? So you can gain a little more HP before you go to sleep? I'm sorry, Growl.
I think the exact phrasing is rogues who tend to have a larceny streak earn experience by using their special abilities and finding or earning gold. I think this is earned gold.
No.
This is earned. I earned this gold. I get 15 XP.
I'm okay with
that.
giving the rogues more XP because it's rogue and it's a shit class.
They are a great class. I am
True.
so in favor of them.
They are a great class. That's why, for Save or Die, Nick and I are starting a new campaign with Koibu called Hardly Heroes. It's going to be a 2-player campaign that happens exclusively for YouTube / the Patreon. Basically, how it's going to work is Nick and I are going to play a few sessions, and we'll release it to the patrons first. But every month on our off week for Save or Die Outcasts, we'll be releasing an episode for free on YouTube for Hardly Heroes. So make sure to join the Patreon, patreon.com/saveordie, and subscribe if you'd like to check out those episodes early and have early access. Thank you.
I rolled my d6 for my percentage missing health. That's d3, so 30% of 18 is 5 health, so I'm at 11.
Excellent. It is 2 XP per gold piece value of treasure obtained. Doesn't have to be gold. It could be anything, but the GP value of treasure obtained.
I'm just going to keep a track of the amount of gold. And
You should.
How much XP did
silver.
Tyrael get?
Well, this
got
is
a lot.
squarely in the optional rule system.
Oh, got it.
It's in a big blue box which says optional rule attached to it.
We are doing
you
spell
Neil,
XP
you want to
right
play
now.
with the optional rule, Neil? You want to be nice? Come on.
Sometimes.
Come on, Neil.
Sometimes.
Give me this. I
Yeah,
need
you
it.
know what? You break into a place and you steal something. Maybe I don't know, a spell book of a former wizard who you're looking for. That's treasure obtained, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
This quest
Does this
could be lots of treasure.
does this count? Does me earning 15 gold from selling bandit equipment after a combat?
No.
Do I get 30 XP? God, come on, man.
No,
Give me this.
no. The stuff that you pick up from the dead does not give the rogue any experience.
It's earned gold. All right, I made my best case.
You made your best case.
Oh, hey. Wait. While we're on this point, do I get XP for the spells that I learned that weren't my level up spells?
No.
I'd like to buy some things while we're in town.
Yes.
Okay, I want to buy a bow.
Why don't we go to break, buy the stuff,
Mhm.
and we'll come back and the stuff will be equipped.
Perfect.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Save or Die Outcasts. So the party gets back to Swampside. Garp buys some gear. He buys a bow. He buys a quiver. He buys some arrows. You sell your crap. The party can rest for a day. Grow's already regained some more HP, I believe. Yep.
Brow, can you heal me in the morning?
I can right now.
Yes, in the morning, you can heal.
How many
Should.
spells does he have, Neil?
He gets one spell per day at this
Thank you.
point.
Yep.
You have low wisdom, yeah.
It's not too low. But the
Bonus spells.
no. More important than that, he's getting the he's an unusual druid. Druid of an unusual
Yeah.
size who gets shape change early and spells at a slower rate.
Yeah, but I'm just saying 13 wisdom gets you an extra person as well.
What is your wisdom, Grow?
13.
So you should maybe have 2.
Yeah, you should get an extra spell. How did we overlook that? Has it always been 13? Is that a typo?
I thought he had 2 spells originally, but
Yeah, me too.
I was told I had one.
Yeah, he was. I told him he had one.
you got 2.
You've got two.
I guess another one for last night as well. Well,
Yeah.
This one was
Yep.
this roll was for last night.
So I would have
Since
been
last
able to
night.
cast Cure Wounds,
Twice.
Heal Light Wounds twice a day. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and throw down another one for whoever you think
I want
deserves it.
to. I want to role play out kind of how Growl casts spells because he is an unusual druid.
Mhm.
And I think the way he we've discussed before how he's connected, as a who's the goddess again? I'm sorry, Neil.
Nadinus.
Nadinus, how he's connected to his goddess Nadine is very different from other clerics, right? It's all very natural and very instinctual and not very deliberate. So he just kind of knows that he has this ability to heal and just kind of does it with a touch without even really thinking about it. So he's just kind of talking to you and putting his hand on your shoulder, and the healing just kind of goes off in a way that he can't even really you don't really see him taking a deliberate action to do it. So this is for yesterday. You get another 7. This is for today.
Oh my god.
I'm at full.
Okay, and then I will.
Thank you so much, Garp. I appreciate it. The gods have truly bestowed you with a gift.
I don't know what you. It's just what I do, right? I don't even.
You're just magical.
Have you always been able to do this, Wow? Or did it happen when you first learned you could turn into a person?
Well, sometimes when I started turning into a person, I was able to. When I would hurt myself, I would be able to not be hurt anymore. I don't think I was able to do that before. I don't really remember that well. But I just always thought that that's what people could do. But then Autumn told me that it's magic. It's because of the god. I just do it. It just happens.
It's a great gift that you have, Grow. I'll look over Garp's wounds and I'll inspect them, and I'm wow, you're actually you're good as new. Like the day you walked out of that prison cell, which was yesterday.
One more spell slot, but first he's gonna turn into I guess he woke up and turned into a gnome, so that's another D6. That's 20% of my missing health. My missing health is 13. So heal for
So that's
2.
2.
Go to 13. I want to try to always keep 2 transformations per day in case I want to go into bear and go back. Wait,
So
where
guess
are we
the
at?
D8.
Where are we
We're
right
in the
now?
town. Did we get any?
We're in Swampside.
Okay. So I guess I wouldn't have turned into a gnome. I would have turned into a human. So I'll just stay human, and I'll use my last. Wait, did we get any healing overnight or anything like that?
No, because you had struggles
Yeah.
that day.
All right, I'll use my last cure light wounds on myself for another 8.
Did we get any money for turning those people in? And
You got the thanks of a grateful populace and the guards of the Swampside city.
cool. We'll take that.
It's good to see that you've turned yourself around, Crow. One day out of prison and already finding the guilty and bringing him to be punished.
I give the guard a fist bump. Thanks for being so cool in there, man.
He nods, lets you go.
Okay, I don't know if my mic is okay. I think I was having
Good.
issues. No, it sounds good.
I
Okay.
can hear you perfectly now. Yeah, you sound great.
Well, I think we stay the night and get back on the road in the morning, unless anyone's got any opposition to that.
I think we left. You know, we were in high spirits when we left yesterday, and we didn't really plan things out perfectly well. And I'll take a moment and I'll look at Garp's armor, and I'll look at we probably have a little bit more equipment and supplies. I'll haggle and trade in my 225 feet of rope, get a 50-foot rope. I'll do that at the store. How much would that cost me, Neil?
I'll also grab 250 feet of rope.
Cool.
So like we're a little bit better equipped. I'm just basically giving like a pep talk. Like, all right, we got this. We're ready to go. We were in high spirits yesterday. We're a little bit better prepared. I've got rope. He's got armor. He's got an extra dagger. He's got a bow. He's got a shield. All this stuff. And I'll actually look over to Grau, and in human form, Grau doesn't wear armor, does he?
No,
Nope.
I was going to speak about this actually.
The problem is when he shapeshifts from I guess does the armor ooh,
I think it would.
We
You have
need
to wear
talked
bear
about
armor,
this.
right?
We need to teach him
Yeah.
how to use a sword, and that he needs to fight in his human form first. Because if he dies in his human form, he just becomes a bear. I think with his full HP. No,
Oh. No, that's not
No.
how it works in
that's
second.
not how it
No.
works in second. Okay.
No.
No.
If he dies in human form, he becomes a dead bear.
Got it. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Arrakis, could you wear armor, or does that interfere with your spellcasting?
I could wear armor, but yes, it would stop me from casting spells, so likely not worth it. I have magical means of armor should I find myself under threat.
All right.
We should down the line look into getting bear armor though.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
Oh my god, like the armored bears from that one book. What was it, the Golden Compass? Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. Or in the new Warhammer 40k
Yorick.
game.
You're
The armored bear of great.
I need to learn to fucking ride him. I have horseback riding, but I need bear riding.
Ugh. Well, Renatus, shell out a gold piece. 50 feet of rope is significantly more valuable than 225 strands, and so they'll charge you a little bit to do the trade. And how
much for 250
Garp,
feet?
you said you wanted to grab 250 feet, so shell out 20 gold for 250 feet sections of rope.
20 gold. I'll buy
10 gold for
I'll
50 feet of
buy
rope.
50 feet of rope, because I.
10 gold.
How much does that weigh?
8 pounds.
Thank you. Just for everyone's reference, I am lightly encumbered with my bag on. So that means we move
Okay.
at speed 8.
Alright.
I
Can
could just carry something for
I
you, right?
also consolidate my cash in town, like trade coppers
Yeah.
for silver, silver for gold? Okay, so it's 10 to 1 on both of those?
Yep.
Perfect.
Oh yeah, I'll trade copper.
There will be some small fees for all of this. I don't know how much you're trading, but let's just call it a silver for each of you. Someone's going to try and make a profit off you at any angle that they can.
I traded in 47 copper. Can I just make that 4 silver?
Yep, that's fine. And you can do all your trading, Jamie, and just pay a silver for it.
Perfect. I traded
day.
1 silver and 1 gold, and I did my 50 rope. I am medium
Excellent.
encumbered, so I am going to need someone to take.
Ooh.
Something
Yeah,
off me with
I'm
that.
carrying like nothing. I can carry stuff for people.
I'll just give you my pack. I like stick it on one of your bare arms, or like I tie it to you with rope or something.
Nice.
Okay.
His bag weighs
will-
33 pounds.
The manacle and key is 15 pounds.
Oh yeah, it's heavy. Yeah, totally.
Maybe consider dropping that.
I would consider getting a fucking cart.
What we really need are servants and lackeys to carry things for us.
Agreed.
Ooh.
Which we're gonna
No,
get.
Well,
Well,
if you have money, you can hire people just to carry your shit for you. That is a thing that can be done.
How much would a lackey cost me?
Yeah, what a
Like,
lackey.
carry
How
my
much does a
bag.
lackey
Guys,
cost?
we're not at lucky stage yet.
I'm just
surely.
curious. I want to know what kind of money I need to be at lackey status. Okay,
Oh, okay.
We're about to make a lot of money at this adventure you've got us on.
You're probably going to be having to pay someone because you're going into like dangerous situations, right? This isn't just like I'm carrying your shit through the city streets. This is I could be going anywhere, deployed anywhere, in a forest, in a swamp. There could be monsters, right? You're asking this person to follow you into hell and back and just to hold your
true.
shit.
However,
Right, so it's
there
a
are people
big
who are
ask.
totally down for adventure, and we'd be like, "Yeah, totally. I'm gonna carry a backpack into a volcano where a dragon lives for this renowned warrior."
And also most of the time that's not what's happening. And so, you can make some money that way. So I think a going rate of 4 silver a day would be pretty good.
How much does a farm? How much does a person working on a farm make? So you don't own the farm, just tending the field.
We used to pay
About a
G.
silver a day.
We used to pay Jeeves like 2 gold a month.
That guy.
Good old
is
days.
Hey,
making
times are tough and so.
Yeah.
4 silver a day. That's 4 times. Dude, I would be carrying backpacks to.
It's 40 bucks a
Death
day.
Mountain.
Yeah.
$40 a
Yeah.
day. I'm going to Death
a
Mountain.
a silver a day is sort of like the poor man's wage. It's like what you would pay the lowest amount, and it's
richer than
cheap,
me.
right? That's like $10 a day to work, right? That is cheap labor. So this person who you're paying 4 silver a day with the assumption that you're covering all of their traveling costs as well, it's not great, but it's a living.
I'll put my manacle and key inside of Renata or Arrakis's home.
Yep.
So I'm taking off 15 pounds out of my sheet, and I'm back to base. But it's in his
Alright.
house.
Perfect.
Well, the party can adventure, and it'll take you 3 days to get to Jaden. It'll take you 3 more days to get to Keygate. It'll take you 2 days to cross the Maw, but in the Maw, I will need some encounter checks.
Hit me. I'm rolling it. I'm feeling it.
Do it. Give me 2 D100s.
Wait, I want to do the second D100.
Okay.
One of you give me one. Yeah. Split it. 36 and
Ooh,
18.
2 encounters. Nice. Good job, guys.
2
Double
encounters.
bad encounter.
Is it?
13's bad. Or 18's bad. 36 is pretty bad.
36 is probably like plague rats, and then 18 is how many D6 of plague rats we have to fight. So that's going to be
Wait,
18
see.
D6 plague rats.
Moot, you don't know Neil's encounter table, do you?
I've been learning it slowly.
Oh, okay.
73 plague rats, boys.
Oh, shit.
Jesus.
That's a lot.
um,
Trying to have a peaceful walk through the swamp.
I did look at some of the like default 5th edition encounter tables, and like all of them have like some ultra high level. Like you roll a D100, and like one of the options is like, oh, you're like a level 1 characters in a city. You find a Tarisk. It's just
In
it
the
just appears
in the
It's just
city?
it's just there. Yeah, it's an urban monster apparently. It appears and destroys the city. Every town you're in, you roll a D100, and there's a 1% chance that city gets fucked if you
That's
use
like-
the default encounter table.
But like, if you're traveling from town to town on the daily, that's like 3 times a year.
Yeah, it's like there's a good chance. Like 1% chance happens all the time.
I mean, if there's
Like
like
you're rolling those encounter tables.
if there's 100 people entering that city today, it's like
there's a trash.
it's
How
odds
many,
on.
how many Tariks are there? You know what I mean? They're out here just destroying cities.
What happens, Neil?
Growl, roll me a D6.
Oh, this is the number of.
Oh, you know
ogres or
what?
something.
Hold on. Don't bother, Growl. Renatus just rolled us 18 D6s, so I'll pick one of them.
I choose a 6.
I'm just going to take the first one.
Oh.
It's within the range.
Wait, what's the average? What's the average roll?
3.5.
3.5.
Oh,
3.5.
the whole thing?
Bullywugs appear.
4. Actually, that's above average roll. That's very good. Excellent.
There you go.
So you're going through the swamp. You've been through the swamp a dozen times, hundreds of times, maybe. You know, Growl, you practically live in the swamp. Garp and
That's
Renatus,
right.
you
This
did
is
live
my
in the
house.
swamp. It's fine
Until it's not.
until you begin to settle down in the evening on that cozy little island that you've settled down in before, right?
Where I used to live, yeah.
I got my tea kit out. I got everything. I got a little pot on the boil. I got my best.
Oh, this is where we murder
Ready to
that
speak.
bandit. It's a revenant,
Yeah.
Nick.
Yeah. Wait. Oh, it's the Revenant
Kidding.
now. Nice.
There's no revenants to be found.
We'll take her
ladies and
island.
gentlemen.
Take her
Why not?
island.
Really? Coming up from the depths of the swamp. Have any of
Emerging
you
from
seen
the
a
pond
frog
of the
man?
swamp is a death knight.
Where's the frog?
In the Batman voice. Where's the frog?
So the party's just chilling. You're beginning your sleep, right? Or you're beginning to settle into camp for the night. Let me just delete these other hidden tokens for a moment. There we go. And can everybody in the party? No, not everybody. One person.
Me.
Growl. Oh yeah, I don't care.
Me.
Anyone.
No, let me
Roll-
do it.
All right, do it.
Roll me a D10, Growl.
It's a
One high
7.
roll.
It's going to be a 7. I can't believe it.
You want
9.
high. You don't want a 1, 2, or 3.
That is a 3.
It's a 3. You see what happens? Swamp gremlins. And swamp gremlins. They're always here. But the gremlins, as we know, are,
Harmless.
well, gremlins are worthless in real combat. At every opportunity they take, at every opportunity they flee rather than face fight to fight. What gremlins do best is cause trouble. The angrier their victims are, the happier the gremlins. Their favorite tactic is to set a trap to humiliate opponents and maybe even cause damage to a valued possession or hurt a loved one. If the opponent gets hurt as well, that's just fine. For example, gremlins may set a tripwire across a doorway that pulls down a fragile vase onto a victim's head. A building infested by a gremlin pack can be reduced to shambles in a single night. So you're coming over here to set up camp at this way station that is frequently used. Only this time it's been prepped by gremlins. Would everyone in the party roll me a d20? Lowest one suffers first.
Huge.
Oh, lucky.
Renatus. Renatus. What's happening with you is you're the first one on this island, right? You were at the head of the pack when the party happened to get here. And as you're making your way to the cozy spot where, people tend to make their campfires, you find that you have stepped into a trap, a pit dug by gremlins. I want you to make me a saving throw versus breath weapon. Is there a modifier for being surprised? I think it's at -1.
All right, I'm going to just hit you with the breath weapon. Boom, a 9.
Oh, that's not great. Yes, you step forward on the ground, and the twigs beneath your feet snap, and the dry or the wet leaves, the fronds that you stepped on, fall into the ground. And what should your foot encounter but a series of spikes covered with the poop of the swamp animals?
Good.
You will take 1d4 points of damage. 1 point of damage as the poop slides into your skin. Please make me a saving throw versus poison.
Versus poop.
Which
It's
a success.
Nice. Okay.
You're not going to suffer any ill effect from the poop in your foot
I used
now.
to swim in the river that goes through our old
You
city.
can't
okay?
swim.
Oh, that's a proficiency that I had before I got old. Okay, used to swim in the river. Okay, people openly peed and pooed in that river. Okay, my constitution, it's like iron.
Right. But this is not the only trap that is set here. As Arrakis chuckles in misery at a Renatus's misfortune, he too shall step in one of these little holes that are prepped around. Arrakis, give me a saving throw versus breath weapon at -1.
That'll be no problem for me, Neil, because my breath weapon save is 15. I'll need a 16. That's easy.
It's a failure.
I forgot
You
the one.
too shall step into a trap with spikes and take 3 points of damage. And lo and behold, there is feces in this trap as well. Make me a saving throw versus poison.
I don't think I would step on a poopy trap. So.
Well, someone rolled. Oh, poop.
This is the poop
now
encounter.
you are. Happens.
I feel like I'm smart enough to know that this is potentially dangerous from an infection point of view.
Yes.
So,
Poop in the wounds is always dangerous.
help! Get me out of this hole!
It's not a deep hole. It's only like ankle deep, you know?
Oh,
Just deep
okay.
enough to be deeply damaging.
Okay, so
And, scary.
I walk out.
I help you out, even though it's so small.
Is the swamp water... Yeah, I try and wash it off in the swamp water.
Yeah. No, that's great. Swamps are great filters for the water that flows into them. They might collect gross water, but by the time the water leaves the swamp, it's going to be clear, it's going to be nice, it's
True.
great. Swamps are filters. I just need to look up exactly what this poison does here. Ah,
You got the poop poison.
Get the boobies.
Little bro got the poop poison.
Those swamp gremlins.
when you wake up, Nick, because it won't take effect for 1d3 hours, but when you wake up, you will be feeling hot. You will be feeling feverish. You will be feeling a little bit weak.
You'll be feeling
All
poopy.
of the characters' ability scores are reduced by half during the duration of this infection.
Yo, we need to get some
All
of this
appropriate adjustments to attack rolls, damage, armor class, etc. are lowered. From the lowered ability scores are applied during the course of the illness. Furthermore, the character moves at only 1/2 his normal movement rate. Finally, the character cannot heal by normal or magical means until the poison is neutralized or the duration of the debilitation is elapsed.
This was just poop, right?
It's just gross poop, yeah. This is just
Alright.
a generic infection.
I'm gonna just half all my stats. I'm assuming I'm rounding down.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
so
remember what they are so that you don't forget them.
From now on, anytime we have an encounter, I'm digging a pit and I'm going. I'm just going to start throwing people in the pit. Just in and out, just make them roll that.
Are we
that
rounding?
poop check.
Are we rounding down or up?
rounding
We
down.
round down, yeah.
Okay, let me see what impact happens here. So my strength goes down to 5.
Oh,
Gives me -2 to hit, -1 from
Your
damage. My
strength
weight
is a-
allowance is now 10 pounds.
Your dex is 3.
oh.
So I'm over encumbered. Unless people can help me. Dex goes
This
down
will
to
happen
4.
in the morning. We're still in the evening. Growl, you too are possibly... Oh no, you rolled above a 10 on your d20, and so did Garp. You guys are fine. You run into no traps here. But you know the island is trapped after these two suckers fall into
Wait, do I lose
little gremlin traps.
Do I lose 6 HP? Yeah.
Do you...
All right.
1 goes down to 3.
I want to argue something about these traps. I do have tracking.
Mhm.
Poop is very smelly.
Mhm.
I do have a specific skill that says that I have 50% chance. But this is for things that I'm looking for, huh?
Yeah, that's an
But
active
I
thing.
am hard to surprise, so I would get a +2 bonus on surprise checks.
You would. You would. Well, I guess you got very lucky here, because the D10 was for the group. You as an individual are not surprised then. So you will take no ill effects here, which is nice. But also, you rolled well on your D20, so you weren't going to take them anyway. But yes, Yes. Do remember that +2 because it's important.
Okay, so you guys wake up. Oh no, sorry, are we not the morning yet?
No, we're not the morning yet. But just because no one else has run into a trap yet doesn't mean that there aren't any more. So the encounter here is how are you going to manage this island that is normally used by lots of people, but clearly has been trapped by gremlins, who, by the way, you can hear them cackling off in the distance. You know, the sun hasn't set yet. You get here well before dark. And as someone like steps in the first trap, there's like,
Oh yeah.
coming from like one of the patches of reeds nearby.
Oh yeah.
I
Curse you,
groan.
swamp gremlins.
I groan in anger. As I fell into my trap, my high dexterity allowed me to just dodge it, so it didn't quite hit me that hard. So I only took 1 damage. I'll groan. I'll get out of my trap, and I'll sweep away all the stuff that's around it, so it's very visible a hole. I'll check my wound, and I'll be like, "Careful, nobody move." Start looking for traps, and I will start scanning using the find/remove trap skill. I have a 5% chance to succeed with.
Well, now normally find remove traps, we're talking about like human-made intentional traps that are thought out and clever. What we're dealing with here in this natural environment are hastily made crappy gremlin traps. So you've got a additional 25% chance on this find remove traps check because these are low quality suckers.
I would also like to make an argument that I am a swamp survivalist. I have lived in the swamp for a long time, so this would probably be something I've seen before.
Dealt with
I will
swamp
give you
gremlins.
advantage on the roll then. Please roll twice and pick the lowest of the rolls. Because you want a 30 or lower on a
So
D100.
2D100, is it 2D100 D1?
No, yeah, yes.
Okay.
Oh,
no,
19 would hit.
K1.
19 hits.
Yeah, 19 is the roll. There you go. Yes! As you go about this little island, you will find that these are not the only traps here. Attached to this tree, there's some sort of like little piece of twine that goes from this tree down to something over here. And when you happen to step in the right spot, that little piece of twine is going to snap and pull. And maybe it's not going to like lift a person all the way up, but the branch is positioned in such a way that it might knock you down. And hey, look at that behind you. There's some rocks, pointy rocks that are set, just point up. So you might fall on some pointy rocks. And if you're not paying too close attention, or if you are paying close attention, you'll realize that there's some weird bubbles coming from over here in this section of the swamp, in this little bubbly pile over here. And that's maybe a little suspicious. There shouldn't be bubbles coming out from over here anywhere.
I'll alert the party to this trap, and I will actually... Can I hit the rope with my arming sword? Would I be far enough away for it to...
Totally. Yeah, this
disarm
is
it?
an obvious thing. Easy to disarm. Goes. And we have a third poop hole over here, and a fourth poop hole over here, and a fifth poop... There's just a bunch of these little, like, poopy traps set up all over the place. And with your 19, you're getting a vibe for what they look like on the surface, even though they're fairly well disguised, and you can spot them all.
Sure. I take some time. I like disarm the one that's over here, but then I notice the bubbles, and I'm like, there's some bubbles coming from this, and I like point out to the party where the traps are, and like, hey, follow this path. You don't get hit by the traps or whatever. And I'll like, I'll slowly mark out like places that are safe until I can go around and actually get rid of all the traps.
And as you're coming over here and you're looking at the bubbles, you're gonna see the bait. And the bait is that one of these little lily pads right here has a gold coin on it. Right out in the middle of the water. Now, normally, you see some bubbles coming out of swamp water, no one's going to care. No one's going to think twice about that. You see bubbles in the swamp all the time. But you, denizen of the swamp, you know that these bubbles, what causes these bubbles, which is either creatures underwater or like weird gas deposits underwater. And so, bubbles won't just occur somewhere that they don't normally occur unless like a creature has moved in. And you've used this exact same campground 100 times, and there have never been any bubbles coming from any of these little swamp pockets. And so those are new bubbles. Those are concerning bubbles, and they're right next to that gold on the lily pad.
Do they look like bullywug bubbles? The kind of bubbles that a bullywug might leave?
No, the bullywugs can just breathe water.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm very confused by this.
Yeah.
I will take out a. This isn't a very deep piece of water, is it?
It shouldn't be. It should be maybe like hip high at most.
I'm
If
gonna
it hasn't been tampered
throw.
with.
I'm gonna throw something at the thing. I'm just trying to pick what I will throw.
At the gold on the lily pad.
Yeah, just to see if like there's a trap there. I will throw one of my daggers at that.
Okay.
Just like I'm not making an attack roll. I'm just like tossing it to get
Right,
it
just tossing.
really-
So don't roll a 1 on a d20. You're good to go. Because it's like a 5-foot toss. You're fine.
Okay, here we
Reasonable
go.
thing to do.
Thrown attack.
Oh,
I nail
it's
it.
a great shot. The lily pad is crushed by the weight of the dagger, and it and the dagger and the gold slip beneath the water, and the lily pad will sort of like, come up on its side, but it's ripped and it's not going to be. Now it's partially underwater, partially above water. But the gold and the dagger sink into the pit, and then bubbles stop for a moment, and then after a few moments pass, the bubbles continue again, and they're not frequent, but it's like a bloop, bloop.
I'll call Garp and the party over.
Yeah, I'll
and
come
tell them about
investigate this.
We need to figure out what it is.
I'm not just a resident of the swamp. I'm arguably part of the swamp.
You're a
Is this-
swamp bear.
That's right. Does this look like anything to me that I've seen before?
Make me. Wait a minute, didn't you just get an ability about detecting animals and plants with 100% accuracy?
Yeah, I think I did just get that, huh?
Didn't you come up with one of those things? What does it
Yeah,
say?
I feel like I.
Yeah, that poop is
Identify animals,
strong.
plants, and pure water. Okay, no, that's not going to apply here very well. What do you would? Why doesn't everyone with a swamp survival proficiency or survival proficiency here
That's me.
make me a survival proficiency check? Although yours is keyed to the wrong thing. It should be wisdom. There you go.
It's just a wisdom check. yeah.
Boom.
Ooh, natural
just
one.
Survival.
Oh yeah, I just
Not
clicked
very
on
good, Renatus.
At least I got rid of that one. right?
19.
On something that didn't matter that much.
Not good for anyone. Yeah, no one knows what this is, actually.
Renatus, is it okay if I attack it with my reach 2 glaive?
I mean, sure, yeah, I mean, it's probably not dangerous at all. It's probably just like a bit of swamp gas.
I'll attack it with my glaive, sticking it like like super fast and down. Or
Yeah, give me an attack roll. No, it just comes out a little bit muddy and wet.
I shrug.
Arrakis, what are you doing during all of this?
I think I'm sat down, taking my boots off and inspecting the wound on my foot, trying to clean it.
He's got a poopy
Yeah.
foot.
It happens to the best of us. I'm so sorry, Arrakis.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what I'm doing. I'm not paying attention to what they're doing over by the water's edge.
If you're curious, poop foot in Latin is pupus pes. That's what we're going to call you now,
Thank
pupus
you.
pes.
Lupus.
Yeah, Growl also thinks this is really funny.
In the morning, I know we're not there yet, but in the morning when he wakes up and he feels like shit and all of his stuff is half, I'm going to scoop up some of this poop and take it because this is a
This
very
is like-
strong poison.
yeah, like-
like, this is one of the craziest poisons I've ever seen.
I'm wondering why I would ever take the toxicology skill when I could just shit into a
Just
beaker
take a
and
shit,
use
bro.
that as- and use that as poison.
For how long?
Yeah, I mean,
E3. Oh, wow.
Oh, dude, if we put this into like the food supply of an army,
yeah, I can hear you, Neil.
I can hear him as well. Oh, reload VMix.
I mean, we're kind of at ending time anyway, right?
Mic check, 1, 2, 3. All right. Yeah, well, is there anything we're going to do, or are we just going to let the bubbles sit while we camp for the night?
Renatus dares.
I think it's just some swamp gas.
Garp to loom over it and try to grab the lily pad. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand beside him with a ready to attack whatever comes and gets. Just say like, we got this, okay? Tag team. You reach for the lily. I have prepared attacks.
Oh my god! Shouldn't it be the other way around? He's the one attacking.
He's got 20 HP. He's fine.
Well,
He's good.
someone needs to go down there and get the fucking dagger and the gold coin that you threw in. So I think, sure, you cover
can't
me and
swim.
I'll get the dagger.
I ready an
No.
attack to defend my boy.
I'll go in slowly
My boy.
with my dagger out,
hurt my boy.
and I'll reach
All
down
right.
for the other dagger.
Well, yeah, you're gonna have to get into that water.
Yeah,
You know,
I get in.
it's gross
I'm in it.
swamp water.
I'm balls.
All right, here comes the attack.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Wait.
I just think maybe at some point after I'm done inspecting my wound, I might say, "What are you guys doing over there?"
Well, I'm
So
about to go in
interesting.
and grab the dagger. There's
Why
a-
is there a what do you
we
mean?
found a trap and we're trying to disarm it.
Oh, okay.
I go in.
I'll leave it.
Oh, it's a natural 20.
God, this
You
better not be a
step in,
crocodile.
and the big, wet, goopy, sticky tongue darts out of the water and begins to wrap itself around your body and begins to pull you in. And the great toad in the pool will
Great toad.
the great toad will get you. It's gonna get you.
Okay.
He-
You need a strength check?
Your
I
rolls
have
have
to
been
look up-
insane today. Dude.
Wait, but why? Surely on a natural 20, everything's fine.
No, that's the monster attacking
Oh,
him.
Yeah.
Neil rolled the 20. I was going to cast
Yeah.
sleep into the water, but you guys said it was a
Yeah.
trap, so
I think that's what I thought it was.
deep down, because of the encounter, all I knew it was going to be an encounter.
Daily reminder: people in the chat wouldn't have gone and checked out this, and they would have just went to bed like betas.
You know
We're
what
not
this
doing
is?
that. We're here to play
I
fucking
think-
D&D.
These guys in
I think
chat.
this is Neil just like trying to find like where in the scale of like mildly tempting thing can he put things for us to not investigate it.
What? No.
Because there was like
What?
there was like
I-
Death Knight behind a door with a potential Philosopher's Stone, and then there was like something else that got us killed, and now it's like, oh well, the water is bubbling weird, and it's like
thought he was
I get in, I immediately climb into the water.
I thought he was just gonna say, yeah, it bubbles. It's just swamp water.
I put my stats back since we're getting into a fight and it's not actually taking effect yet.
Oh, yep, that's fine.
I wasn't
Excellent.
asking for your approval, mate.
You're welcome.
Oh wait, nope. It would be under.
But are we doing frog battles next time? 'Cause-
We are at time.
We are at time. I just wanted to declare what's happening here. Each time it hits, I need you to make a. Yeah, I need you to make me a strength check. Garp.
34.
Pass with flying colors. So the green tongue comes out, like smacks you and wraps around you and is like attached to you, gripping you with all of its tongue might. And it tries to pull you into the water, but you can like brace your foot against the swamp, keep yourself from getting pulled in. And with the 34, I think what happens is that you like take a step back and you begin to pull the toad partially out of the water, making it visible
Nice.
to all around. And that will trigger Renatus's attacks of opportunity. Or his ready
Absolutely,
attack.
my ready to attacks.
Friendly reminder
yeah.
for chat: don't pull your toad in public.
Yeah, don't do that.
Attack at 20.
20.
That's a crit.
So I'm just. Can we do just double the damage dice?
2d8, yeah.
Boom.
Oh, double,
That's,
yeah, 6 right there.
6.
And then go ahead with the dagger.
Dagger.
Wait,
A 2.
oh, yes. Yes, roll another d8.
We
We're just
doubled
doubling
he
it.
said.
They're just doubling it.
No.
I think it's more fun.
That's what he wants to do. Let him do
You
that.
you can either get like 2 or 16. You don't get any of that like, oh, I hit the bell curve. No,
Oh,
I want
I-
to go hard or I want to
True.
go home.
Fucking base.
All right.
Is this? Wait, hang on. Is that only for his crits? We're not doing that.
He called it before he rolled the damage, so I was just rolling with it.
Okay, fine. But I'm not having that when I get crit by a monster.
Oh,
Yep.
agreed. It needs to be
Yep.
called out prior.
Yep.
every time,
but hang on,
every time you crit
even
me,
if
I
Neil
want you to
calls
double
it
the
out,
dice.
I'm not having it. Okay, it's not.
No. If
That's,
you want to say that your
Okay.
damage
Yeah,
is
yeah,
going to
okay.
do that or affect you, yeah, that's
just making
fine.
sure. That's making sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Neil,
Maybe
you
when
have
we
permission?
get deep into the campaign and I don't know. It's fine. We'll
Every
figure it
time
out
you
as we
crit
go
me,
along.
It's fine.
You can just multiply the dice, okay? I'm down with that. Okay?
All right.
I'm happy.
The end of
This
our
monster.
Oh.
You did 6 damage to it, so it is at this AC. Excellent. And this is where we're going to leave ourselves off. The frog has been pulled out of the water. Garp is standing nearby and
Arrakis
is
has a poopy
grappled.
foot.
Arrakis has a poopy foot. I'm so sorry, Arrakis.
You're not
And,
sorry, Neil. You take great joy in it.
You know, all the worst things happen to you while your characters go pooping. And
That's true.
but you know what they say? They even wrote a kid's book about it.
Yeah. Maybe they did.
was
I've
it?
Don't eat yellow
I've
snow.
not read
Oh,
that one.
Sorry.
I've
Not read
that
Everyone
one.
Poops?
No.
Have you read Every
No.
Pecker is Perfect? A
No.
book about a toucan who's sad about his small beak, and all the other birds have to teach him that every pecker is perfect.
I don't need
Gonna
that
be
sort of
real with you?
self-assurance.
Not every pecker's perfect, guys.
Whoa!
All right.
Okay.
We'll be back next week with more Saber Die. If you want to come hear from us in the after show, make sure to go to patreon.com/SaverDie. Potato will literally come over and give you a kiss on your mouth if you join under the Goblin tier. So check it out.
Sloppy, slobbering kiss
Wow.
too, like a wet one. He's a wet kisser.
Oh yeah,
If
I'm
I join
hydrated today.
50 times, does he give me 50 kisses?
50 wet,
Dragon tier gets
slobbering,
tongue.
Irish wet kisses.
I'll even
Under
eat something
mouth.
beforehand if you won't like it.
Dragon
Drunk and
tier gets
smelling
tongue.
vaguely of
And
whiskey.
I want to thank A. Marshall. He gets a special shout out because he's our only Dragon tier patron. So
Let's
thank you
go,
to
hey, Marshall! Woo!
He's gonna
Hey,
have
Marshall, next time I see you,
Marshall.
You're getting tongue.
Hey,
Jamie's
Marshall.
wet Irish tongue down your
Alright.
throat.
Take us out. Bye.
Make us go Drinks home. Are going to be